Welcome to Kranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Kranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Good night. How are you doing tonight? I don't expect a lot of people to be on the stream because I set this up late. And I don't mind if I don't have too many people on it. I was going to do a video, a 15-minute video, and I changed my mind and decided to do a show. So if people are coming, then we can live with it. We have few people, less time we have to spend on the stream, but we have enough more to talk about. And as you come in, people, don't let me have to remind you what you need to do, because we want other people to like the video. I think it's going to be a quality show. You know what I'm saying about my program? We're not going to say we're the most credible. We're not say, and this may be egotistical, this program produces the most quality, and we'll call it takeaway information. So you can leave the program and I learn something and you learn something, right? So if you want value for money, well, I'm not pay anyway, because nothing want to give no likes. But if you want value, then you come watch Kranky Live. If you want to hear nice, you can go someplace else. If you want to see people beat them chest, go someplace else. But if you want quality in terms of conversation, in terms of engagement, in terms of information, then come on Kranky Live. I'm doing it with Keisha alum. Then how are you doing? Good evening, Jeremiah. So I decided to do the show at this point in time, 9 o'clock. I was going to do a show today, but I said, you know what? At least in the US, it's Thanksgiving, so nobody now ready to go work tomorrow, except if you work double and overtime and try to make some extra money. Most people stay home and give thanks to them family. And I figured, why not do a little bit late show? Not a long show, but talk about some things I want to talk about. Now, you've heard me talk about over the last 3 days, the theme of the conversation has been about Jamaica and its coasting situation. And the man of the hour, Rudolph Speid, rightly or wrongly, has been the main subject of conversation. And the fact that Jamaica football team failed to automatically make the World Cup, which is still devastating for many. Even though somehow I feel like I am pivoting actually, because you can wallow in pity all the time. Looking for you live last night. No, I couldn't do a live last night. I was busy, family thing. Jeremiah, it looked like the name for the Bible, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, I don't want to book a Bible. Don't talk about Bible, Jeremiah. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate it. I appreciate the compliment. But we have a lot to talk about. What am I going to talk about? So before I go into all of this, people, I have to digress a little bit. And what I'm going to talk about is going to relate back to the conversation tonight. The conversation tonight is about how do we get to the World Cup? What's the blueprint to qualify? What do we need to do? So if you're part of the JFF, you're part of the coaching staff, whatever it is, what do you need to do? And whether Rudolph Speid is the coaching staff, is the coach or not, he's been appointed as of December 15th. And no matter what the coach, you know, you may say Rudolph shouldn't be the coach. And Rudolph got mad me saying this because I'm a part of the failure of the whole thing where we're going to go. So we can't support somebody to be the coach. No, if he become the coach, you know, after say January, you know, me want to go World Cup, so me not going to sit up on the sideline and say, well, Rudolph the coach, you know, me or do a wallet. No, sir. We want to go World Cup. And those of you who are religious, where there's a will, there's a way. We're not religious people. We're dealing with possibilities and probabilities. But where is this? So if come next year, I'm at a coach. Right now, me not support Rudolph be the coach. Me I tell you the truth. And Rudolph will vex me and say that. But we can't support failure. But if Rudolph, I say Rudolph was a failure as a person, because Rudolph has done a lot, accomplished a lot in his life, professionally and otherwise. But when it comes to the football thing, Rudolph, and the Jamaica thing, because you're good in the Cavaliers, and well done to your Cavaliers. You just look at Pitney, he's a pattern now, and do really well. But when it comes to the national team, boy, I depend two different wavelengths. But anyway, I'll keep going. But what I want, before I get into that, I want to talk about my Arsenal a little bit, because I have to, people. So today I did a watch along. Too late, never go watch along, because I just watch along. Arsenal played against Bayern Munich. And while I was watching the game, I was thinking about Jamaica in some respects. And we'll get into that. But the reason why I was because I watched Arsenal play football, and I was like, why can't Jamaica do like 10% of that? And what I mean by that is, in the game, Bayern dominated the first 20 minutes. Like, it's almost like they were kids, men against boys in the game. They were so dominant, possession-wise. Didn't take a shot on goal, didn't test Raya, but they dominated. They got to outside the 18, and we're very good defensively. Because the thing about Arsenal is everybody plays for each other. Everybody plays offense, everybody plays defense. It's a well-oiled machine. And that has to go down to Mikel Arteta, who has created a culture and an environment where people in that whole ecosystem, even the ones not playing, talk about it with a sense of reference. Like, the coach is brilliant. His attention to detail, how he operates. And what he did when he first came in, he got rid of the dead weight. Ozil, Aubameyang, later on, like I said, he got rid of the entire thing. And as I said, I'm going to connect the dots as we go through this. Good night. Oh, I'm going to connect the dots. There's a reason I'm telling you this thing. There's a culture that he created. And then he got rid of the dead weight. He brought his own people. The owners back him because they see the vision. And he's doing really well. He hasn't won anything yet. But he's doing well and he looks really good. But as I watch the game, and I relate to things happening in the game as it relates to football in other teams or Jamaica for that matter, I was thinking about how disciplined Arteta is and a disciplinarian and how everybody has to buy in. And those who don't get buy-in get left behind. So hold on to that thought until later in this program. Secondly, when they met adversity, because they haven't played a team as good as Bayern. This year, Arsenal has not played a team. Maybe the first game against Man U a little bit where they got outplayed. But Man U didn't dominate possession. Where they were they actually didn't know exactly what they were doing. They were trying to press, but it was half-hearted press. It wasn't full-blown press. And the reason why they were struggling because Bayern's press was ferocious, coming hard, cutting down all the angles, press as a team, which, by the way, Jamaica have no idea how to press as a team. But anyway, press hard. And when you're under pressure in football, like in life, it's a pressure bust pipe, which means pressure sort of create havoc. Pressure can get you discombobulated. Pressure can have you not operate how you normally would, right? It's like when I used to tell people who interview with me, which is, I want to see the best you because I know it's a pressurized environment. And I try to make them relax because I know pressure can let you not be yourself. And it's the same thing in football. And the pressure was so much, we couldn't keep the ball. We were going long. We were playing like Jamaica. We were going long, a lot of the games. But we somehow repel them, and then we start getting into the game. Because we dominate possession, and we rest on offense, and we pressure people on defense, and their press was more ferocious than others. So as the game went along, you can only press ferocious for so hard, You got to do what Klopp did in Liverpool in his third and fourth year, because his first years, he was ferocious pressing and realized, I'm going to burn out these kids. And what we have done is we have built two teams now, so we can afford to take some more risk because we're not going to bring in resources somehow during the game. But as the game went on, the tide started to change, right? We scored off a set piece, what we normally do, good set piece, and they didn't react well. They may not have heard about us on set pieces, and we don't have Gabriel. And then they scored from a breakdown in our team and marked this other item that I'm going to mention. Lewis Kelly has not played a lot of games. So I've mentioned a couple of things before. One is about culture, and two is Lewis Kelly has not played a lot of games, right? And because he's not played a lot of games, he's not match ready or match fit. And he was being taken to the cleaners by Olise today throughout the entire game. He looked like a 15-year-old in a men's game, and he was exposed today. Now he's a very good footballer. Grew up as a midfielder, playing left back, was brilliant last year, got in the England team, hasn't played much this year. And the lack of match time showed, because there's nothing to replicate like match time. And in the second half, in the 60 minutes, he got changed. I was calling for him to be changed earlier. I thought he was trained at halftime, because it was just so obvious to me that the change needed to be made. I called on my program, Lewis Kelly's a problem, need to change Lewis Kelly. Eventually, Arteta relented. But as the game progressed and Arsenal started dominating possession more, Bayern got more tired because their press was so vicious and so hard, and they expended so much energy. You don't have those legs as you used to. And they weren't making changes till we're late in the game. And we were still fit and we were still running, because that's how we play football. And then we scored, and then it was all over from that. We scored a second goal when we brought on. We scored with Madueke coming on, with a substitute. Martin had come on, another substitute, and he scored, right? Because he got behind the defense. Because they play a very high line like we do, very high line. High risk football, much reward, right? Like in life, if you invest, high risk, you expect to get a higher return. They do, we do. We worked out well. It's been a few times we've beaten that team. But the two things that jumped out at me was, as I think about the team and what happened, was the culture that we created, and I want to tie this back to Jamaica, and the fact that we have a situation where we have players, some players like a Ben White or a Lewis Kelly, who haven't played a lot of football, and you cannot replicate matches. You cannot replicate games when you're on the bench or getting a few minutes. Not tie that back. So my discussion tonight is going to be about, and so Arsenal won. We're top of the Champions League. We look like one of the best teams in Europe, even though PSG is now getting some of the people back. But I decided that as I was thinking about the day and all that, I should think about, if Jamaica want to qualify for the World Cup, what do we need to do to qualify? If we can work out the administrative, the coaching situation, all that stuff, right? Who's going to do what? What's the blueprint that we should put together for qualification? And so I'm going to lay out a few things that I should think about. Now, we have to go back to why we didn't qualify before we go into the blueprint. And why we didn't qualify were a number of reasons. The two main reasons to me is poor management. And management you can take in a different way. We don't call it administration. We call it coaching. We call it managing. Poor management, quote unquote. And secondly, and probably most importantly, well, there are three, but secondly, most importantly, is we didn't have enough quality players. We lack quality players. Lack quality players, especially in certain key areas. But it permeated throughout the team, frankly. And that's a concern. And those of you who believe in deity would have said before this whole process started that we were blessed and we couldn't have had an easier route to get to the World Cup. And for a lot of us who love Jamaica, follow Jamaica football, men who consider them nationalists or whatever we want to call ourselves, our patriots, the disappointment was magnified by what's happening in Jamaica. Like, it was going to be part of it's not a perfect elixir or a perfect remedy, but it would have been the euphoria you saw in Haiti, even though they have much more problems in Jamaica. People on the streets just having some semblance of excitement above normalcy. And we had none of that. We had the opposite, extreme disappointment. So I'm gonna get to some of the comments and then I come back to. So let me just finish off the whole thing about the automatic qualification. So that's done. I think the coach was a poor hire. I said at the time, poor hire. And if you look at how we have played throughout the playoffs, it started from way back Cuba. It started like Nation League football. Cuba, BVI, St. Vincent. Teams rank way up in the hundreds plus, making life difficult for us. And you're like, how the hell can this occur? And then you have the more recent performance at June against Guatemala, where we destroyed Guatemala at home and then realized they played a B team. We went to the Gold Cup and stunk up the joint. And then in the World Cup qualifiers, we were the third best team in the zone even though by rank, we're the highest ranked team in the zone. Trinidad was the best team, and a lot of people are going to say, how could it be the best team and you don't go through? We ain't going to debate that tonight, because I sometimes get annoyed with people trying to substantiate certain things, which makes no sense to me. They were the best team by a little margin, actually. I wouldn't say the biggest margin, then Curacao, then us. But we had a chance to go to the World Cup by beating them in their place, which we gave up a goal in the 85th minute, or by winning at home where we missed with the upper end of the bar quite a bit. So we missed by minuscule, but there are a larger problem that drove. We shouldn't have been in this situation. We shouldn't have been. Right? And we come to today where what is it that we need to do immediately to give ourselves the best chance to get to the World Cup? Now, if you were to ask me in terms of likelihood, which is you're actually going to get there, it's probably going to get there. So let's think about it. Actual means 100%. Say probable is 75 to 99. Say possible is 74 to say 30. I'm going to say 25. And say unlikely is under 25. And in fact, I would say unlikely is like 5%. So it's probably, I would say unlikely is probably 0 to 5% or 0 to 10%. Let me be generous. And say possible is 11% to say 65%, and say probably 66 to say 99, right? I'd say right now we're in the remote, which is the 0 to 10%. And you may ask, well, how do I come up with these? And why would I even say that? Everybody put their boots on the same way and their shorts on the same way. I would say yes, but we have to play 2 games. The way we have played so far, I'm not sure we can beat anybody, to be frank, apart from Bermuda. And I'm not totally familiar with New Caledonia. So what they are, I know they have a lot of French players and they're a French colony. So we'll see what they come up with. I'm sure they're going to be going out recruiting. And then Congo is a different animal. Their best player didn't play in the playoffs against Nigeria, and they still got through against a team with a lot of well-established players. So I'm going to give it 0 to 10%. But all you need is above 0% to have a chance. So I think it's unlikely versus likely, possible. I think it's more remote versus possible, probable, or actually going to happen. But once there's life, there's hope. Right? So let me take some comments, and then I go through what I deem to be what we need to do to give ourselves the best chance to win. So instead of we having 0.1%, we have 10% or more. You can get us from the remotely to the possible, which is the 11 to 64% of a chance to win. Now, Martin Baker said we're not going to any World Cup. Martin Baker said DR Congo is a different level. And by the way, people, let me just say this. In 1980, which is before a lot of your time, the U.S. hockey team, ice hockey team, made up a bunch of college students, played the Russians, who were ranked number 1 in the world and deemed to be out of their league. They called it Miracle on Ice. And I remember that game. They beat them. And I don't watch ice hockey, people. So once there's life, there's hope. The ball is round, as they say. I see Inter beat a Barcelona team where they play low block and snuck a goal. And then we have had tons of situations where people have upset people. So it's not impossible. But I'm going to give you a blueprint, I think, which should help you. Let me take some comments, and then I go into my blueprint. I mentioned people. So Keisha, I mentioned before, Float, Conrad, Jargons was here with me today. Float was here with me today. Bless up. Thanks for joining me again. Conrad asked if I'd done my turkey. I don't eat meat, actually, so I wouldn't be able to do any turkey. I don't eat meat. I stopped eating meat years ago. I don't think meat is good for you, but I'm not going to knock anyone who does eat meat. My family eat meat. I think I'm the only one in my household who doesn't eat meat currently. But no, I don't partake of meat. I was a vegetarian, but I backslide. I'm now a pescatarian. I couldn't just eat the vegetable alone, so I'm a pescatarian. So, but no, I don't eat meat. Martin Baker said we're not going to the World Cup. Well, we may go to the World Cup. We may not go play, but sure, some people will go. They buy their tickets. But we're going to go to the World Cup one way, shape, or the other. And by the way, whoever is coaching the team, they will not have to play in Jamaica, where the crowd is trying to determine what the team is. They can pick their team, not have a hostile crowd. Because the crowd does sometimes not helping the people. the crowd become a detriment. I think the coach made some changes he probably shouldn't have made. Well, make one change he shouldn't have made. Got crowd of coffee people weren't ready. But anyway, so we're not beating Congo no way with this coach and his staff and his style of play. But I'm going to give the blueprints. If the coach want to take it, he can take it. Now, what I'm going to say for you guys, Speid and Steve McClaren mess up our chance. Yeah, Conrad, we don't disagree with that, Conrad. We don't disagree with that. Any other comments before I jump into my blueprint for Jamaica can qualify for the World Cup? No, not qualify. Give them the best chance of qualification. Anybody? Let me see what he said. Jargon says you didn't hear the person. No, I don't eat meat. I'm not eating no turkey. Turkey. No turkey eat turkey. Ain't no turkey eat turkey. Hey, people, may I come on late at night to the people. Don't appreciate me, no, because I know I give you the like button. So why my blueprint? All right, so here's the blueprint, people. Don't get on the pen and paper. We're not forgetting to pen and paper. They're on YouTube. So we'll talk through it. First, you have to build and finalize your coaching staff. Now, you may say Speid has been hired. So Speid has to build out his team. And if it's not Speid, whoever the coach is, they have to build out their team, right? Which include head coach, which is in place apparently, an assistant coach, but they need assistant coaches, not coach, analyst, fitness coach, goalkeeper coach, all that need to be built out as soon as possible. Logistic coordinator, all that needs to be done. Can't worry about no travel thing, can't worry about no tools thing, can't worry about no gears thing. The meaningless things can create problems. So you need to build out the full and finalize the full coaching staff. You have to make sure, if you're a coaching staff, that everybody know their role, is clearly defined, and you have to operationalize that team yesterday. So even if your appointment is for mid-December, you have to start working yesterday. You can't wait because you have a lot to be done in a short period of time, especially when you can't do no coaching on the ground. You have to provide your staff, given their roles and responsibility, with full autonomy. No interference, no selection or tactics change. People have to get into them job based on what their assignments are. So if you're an assistant coach, I may assign if you do work with the center back, they might engage with them, then your job that I'm not supposed to interfere. We have to work out how it's going to work, how we're going to operationalize it. And it has to be memorized on paper for a lot of people. Can't just be word of mouth. So there's no ambiguity in what the directions are. Damien says he wrote opposition to Speid appointment. Hey, I hear you, Damien. Hey, Kranky, when you get me work up, no matter what McLaren and Speid and JFF do. Well, yes, Kranky did say that. So maybe you say, well, we should have listened to Kranky now. But I have a caveat for that, because everybody have excuses, and your story is no different, which is I made my claim based on the expectation about certain players coming to the team, and that didn't materialize because we don't know if we work with Pika. And it's going to be part of my whole blueprint. So you build out the coaching staff, you finalize the coaching staff, you provide directions. Everything is memorized on paper. Nothing is by just word of mouth. People know what I'm supposed to do, and you can't have interference. Because people can't do them job, you have interference now. You have to do them job. Second, and this maybe is not the second most important, it's probably the most important. The key reason why we didn't qualify for the World Cup is automatically, I should say. One is the coaching staff, but two is the players are not at the required level. That's a nice way of putting it. I'm going to leave it that way. And I can't put it on a Jamaican term. The players are not at the level required for us to excel or to achieve our objective. And that should have been achieved regardless of the coach. I didn't think the coach was at the right level. Not even level, but I don't think the coach had what it takes to qualify us. And I said that numerous times. And even though I thought we'd have qualified without him or despite him, I think the players, when you look at, and here's how I do my assessment of players. So if you go back to the series of games we played over the last 18 months during the coach's tenure, the best games we have played against is we never won a game or drew a game that we weren't expected to draw or to win. Let me repeat that. We didn't win a game or even draw a game that we didn't expect to win. In fact, we struggle in games that we expect to walk over. And my philosophy is, and my perspective is, the mark of an excellent coach or a very good coach is a coach who can exceed expectation at a minimum. When you're in your job, you're getting evaluated. They talk about does not meet expectation, exceed expectation, and significantly or substantively exceed expectation. This coach, most times, barely meet or didn't meet expectation. So if you think about games like BVI and St. Vincent and Cuba with 10 men and the 3 games in the Gold Cup and then the World Cup qualifiers, over the last, say, 10, 11 games, maybe one game, Guatemala at home, when they played their second team, we looked good in. We were abysmal in the Gold Cup. We were abysmal against St. Vincent. We're abysmal against BVI. We're abysmal against Cuba. Don't talk about the qualifiers. We look against the Bermuda team, which couldn't even beat a JPL team. We struggled against Trinidad, even though we won a game at home. They were the best team. They played better than us. They run the ball against us. We didn't do much with them, but we won off 2 really interesting goals. Played them at home. They were the better team again. They missed a bunch of chances. We almost won. Played Curacao in Curacao. They run us off the park in the first half. We missed some chances in the second half. And played them at home. We missed some chances, but it looked like we couldn't play football. So if you look at the series of game, the players that we have, especially in the middle of the park, weren't ready. Now, did we play a lot of long ball? I think when I check up King was like 4 of 19 the last game, and maybe, 2 or 4 of 10 the game before. So if you're 8 of 29 or 7 of 29, what the numbers are, and you play football as a center half, that don't make no sense, people. So we have to recruit players aggressively. Identify top diaspora and local eligible players. Contact their agents, their clubs, their families, and intermediaries. Initiate engagement. Talk to them about Jamaica's vision, playoff timeline, and expectations. And you got to get buy-in. If somebody's on the fence, lead them on the fence. No bother with them. You have to convince them. But once you have made your pitch, and hopefully it's a convincing pitch, they got to make a decision. They're on board or they're not. You can't have people on the fence because on the fence now work. We have too much people on the fence. So you have identify your targets. Now, I'm going to provide some example of targets because I have a long list here. And by the way, the players I've come up with, some have passports, some don't. And I will say this before I go further, and it's going to upset a lot of people. In terms of starting for the team that I predict, there should be no more than 3 players who are in the current starting 11 that played the last game who should start in March. No more than 3. In fact, 3 may be too much. That's 1. 2, the squad need a complete overall. And yes, you're going to have some leftovers, but most of the players aren't good enough, and they're the ones who fail, and we shouldn't be taking failure with us. We're already doing it with the coaching staff. We should be doing it with players too. You got to cut your losses. And I'll come up with some of those players. So let me give you some example of players, actually, who we should be considering, who we should be engaging. And they may say no. And you know what? It is what it is if they say no. So in terms of goalkeeper, Andre Blake is goalkeeper, but am I totally convinced by Andre Blake? Brilliant shot stopper. Can't walk and chew gum at the same time. His footballing ability is, the more I watch him, the more I'm like, damn. Now I know why some coaches may have some concern. Because you remind me of Matt Turner. They can't use their feet. That's why Matt Turner failed in the UK. Right? His goalkeeper was the best anyway. And I think Blake is a better goalkeeper, shot stopper, but Blake can't play the ball on the ground, and that's a problem. Jamal Waite, I thought, was a better goalkeeper than he was, and maybe it's a small sample size, but the last couple of games when he played against Bermuda, that was great. Against Trinidad, he was atrocious. I'm losing confidence, and I know it's recency bias, but I am. And then Corey Adai, who we have talked about, who plays in the UK, he probably is somebody we should bring in, because we seem to like to go with our local goalkeepers, because we don't really rate goalkeepers. I'll bring Corey Adai in. Blake needs some competition. Now, in terms of defense, I'm going through the list of players, people. Some already have passports, some don't. The JFF should figure it out. And I know some of them are watching tonight. I think they're going to protest that they don't watch, but they're watching. Right back. There are 3 we should consider. Only 1 has the papers. The John Sterling, who had a bad Achilles injury, is coming back from the Achilles injury, has now been included in Rangers Europa squad. Good player, versatile player, can also probably play in the midfield. He should be in there. He should be considered and be pursued. Denzel Hall, who I think the coach looked at, probably didn't like. I think he's now at Rotterdam. He's a right back, and I think he has his papers. I'm saying I think, people, even though I've been told that they do, but I'm going to use I think to protect myself. Should be considered. And Max Aarons, who is at Rangers, should also be considered. So 3 right backs. We only should take 2, but 3 right backs, right? I'm giving you, I think I have about 31 players on the list we should consider. And if your name is not on the list, that means I'm not considering you. Let me say that again. If your name is not on this list, I have about 31 people here. You should only take 23. You're not being considered. Center halves. Deshaun Bernard. 1 second. Somebody text me some people. Let me hear what they have to say. Most of the players, so somebody's trying to correct what I'm saying. Most of the players, almost all of them, are not at the required level. Let me repeat that. What may I say? Most of the players at the required level. So let me be clear on that. Because some people text me sometime, I try to correct me until I have to say, most of the players are not at the required level. Most of them. So I'm going to go through my list, people. And they can't interrupt me. Deshaun Bernard should be considered, even though I struggle with Deshaun sometimes. He's been injured for a long time. And by the way, here's a criteria for me on this team. Fundamental criteria. I'm going to say it in Patois. If you're non-player for your club, you can't start for my team. You may be in the squad, but you can't start for my team. If you're not player regular for your club, you not start. If you play 10 minutes and 5 minutes and 15 minutes and 20 minutes, you can't start for my team. There's nothing like replicating game time. So you can't start for my team. That should be clear. Or you cannot start for my team. You cannot be a starter if you not get game time. Period. Or if you get a little bit of game time, you can't be in my squad if you don't get no game time. And you can't start for my team if you get a little bit of game time. Not happening. But let me go to my list continuously. So Deshaun Bernard should be considered. Richard King should be considered. In the bubble, especially given my attitude. Lloyd Kelly should be pursued. He's at Juventus. I checked his stats today. I played 90 minutes almost every single game. I played against the Real Madrid of the world. Quality center back, was at Newcastle, didn't get much game time, went to Juventus, starting regularly, even though he was injured for a little while with hamstring. Quality player, he should be pursued. I know he has some challenges. I know his family situation, maybe a difficult one to bring over the line. Go pursue him. Quality center back. We don't have no quality center backs right now. They're okay. Michael Freckleton, who plays at St. Mirren in Scotland, he starts over Richard King. He played on the same, by my left foot, I think. Him could be considered. Got to try to pursue him. So I mentioned Bernard. I mentioned King. I mentioned Freckleton. And my favorite player, who's not getting the game time. So if you're not getting on game time, he can't play. But I hope he go to Lampard and tell him, look, Lampard, things not going to right my youth. I'm going to World Cup. Send me out on loan. I'm going to play somebody. It's Joel Latibadier, who I think is Jamaica's best defender, who didn't play none of these qualifiers because he hasn't played a game all season. And I had no problem with him not playing because he ain't played a game all season. He ain't played for Jamaica. He ain't playing for Coventry. Coventry doing well, top of the championship board in terms of positioning, up there in the top. And therefore, I can understand why Lampard don't play him because when you're winning, why change the team? But Lati is quality, and I think Lati should be considered. But Lati need to go out on loan. If he can't get no game, if now I'm playing on football. Left backs, I have 3. So I have about a 30-man one squad. And if you don't hear your name, that means you're on my list. Rico Henry, quality, but he's not playing regularly. So he can be the squad, can't start. Greg Lee, been a revelation. Played really, really well. One of Jamaica's best players throughout these qualifiers. Maybe his best player, frankly. If you think about every single game, given that Blake was abysmal in the first game against Curacao when he played in Curacao, and letting a goal that no one nobody asked him about, like he can't get asked nothing. So Greg Lee should be in the squad. And then we can consider Mari Bell. If I had to choose between the 3 in terms of 2, it's Rico and Greg Lee. That's all I'm saying. Midfielders, the problem area. So here's my midfielders. By the way, how many defenders I have? 5 and 3, 8 and 3, 11. I can only go down to 7 or 8. And 7, frankly. So 4 I gotta go. You know, I have 5 center backs. Maybe 1 or 2 gotta go because people like Latibert are versatile if you can get some playing time. I go down to midfielders. Isaac Hayden, I would keep, but I actually need somebody more aggressive. So I'm gonna go search for a CDM. Not just Isaac. Isaac is a very good player, but Isaac is not aggressive enough to me. He's a good player, plays with this more than his legs, but he's 30-something years old and he's losing it. Robert Morrison, I've said this before, if he's on the beach with a big belly and him have a red stripe in hand, him still better than what we have. Somehow we have Ravel in my squad. Now, Ravel comes with a caveat though. If he's going to be disruptive, and I've heard a lot of stories, and not adhere to what's required of him, then he's got to go. I would talk to him, and I'm not sure that make any difference because he's played for like 29 clubs, and have some understanding that he has to maintain certain protocol. Yes, he got to go. We can't have any disruption. But Ravel will be in my squad, definitely, because I need a number 8 or number 10 who can change games and control games and help me progress the ball up the field. And right now, or progress on the field is kick the ball along and hope they reach the destination. Tyrese Hall, the phenom, who is at Notts County from Tottenham Hotspur, who's they hailed as one of the next big thing in midfield, and who Jamaica didn't call, and who I've been recommended from God knows when over and over again. Didn't get in the call. The coach didn't call him because he probably has a possibility to play for England in the future, and the coach didn't want to call him because of the coaches. He was a spy. Daniel Johnson, playing in the Turkish Super League, has played for Jamaica. I'm not saying these are revelations, but he should be called. I would still keep Casey Palmer, and I would still consider keeping Ian Frey. I am not excited about the last 2, but I'm going to have to do some more research on midfielders that we could go pursue. I think about people like Kyle Walker-Peters, who I think can be in the midfield, but if they don't want to come, so me now pursue nobody want to come. Kyle Walker don't want to come, me now pursue them. Me now waste my time. If we talk to them, they want to come. But I would think about Kyle Walker-Peters as an option, who's going to play right back, to play midfield. And then I have 2 open positions. So me I have 8 in the midfield. Coming in one shot like how Jamaica always shot in the midfield. I have 6 that I've named. I have 2 more. So my starters would have been, not to just jump the gun, Isaac Ravel and Tyrese. I still need somebody like a Caicedo to break up play and to make people feel me. And I still need a backup for Ravel because he's somebody who's unpredictable. And I may have to cut him if he can't behave himself. But I have 2 positions open. I'm going to go search, go find those 2. I don't have much time, so we've got to start now. Now, forward attack. I would have, oh, by the way, let me just talk about who have their papers so far. So I don't know if Cody Adai has his. I haven't checked on that. No, Dujan need to get his. I think it's being worked on. Max need to get his. I'm told Denzel Hall has his. Lloyd Kelly not on papers, and that's going to be a hard one, but one of the key ones to go get. Freckleton don't have his, but it's supposed to be being worked on. All the left backs do, the rest of the do, midfielders do. And so let's go to the forward attackers. F-front Mason Clark plays for Coventry, plays on the left, playing well, good stats this year, should be pursued. Cameron Archer is being pursued. He should get his papers, and we should be pushing to get this done. Keenan Davis plays in Syria, scoring goals, should be considered. I'm going to put Mikel Antonio on the list if he recovers and he's playing for a team. If he's not playing for a team, we move by him. I need some bulldoze in the middle. Bailey Cadamarty, I would still keep. Dujan Richards, I may want to keep. I may not, given what his behavior last time around. Leon Bailey, I would bring in the team. And the last but not least, well, last but probably least, but I'm going to have him on a bubble, is Ronaldo Cephas. That's my forward line. And last, I should say, last is Tyrese Campbell, who I like, and he should be here. But it's a 31-man squad, so we have to lose 7 players, so a bunch of them get last. If you didn't hear your name called, you're not on the list. Let me repeat myself. If you didn't hear your name called, you're not on the list. So I don't want to talk about this person and this person. I'm looking for new players. If you hear the call, you're not on the list. Not on the list. Now, some people say King and Cephas not good. Me and them on the list now can we balance out the team. Me and them on the list. But it's a 31-man squad, so King may not be at their end. And in fact, King's attitude stinks. Stinks. I'm saying stink, like dead foal. Stink. I don't know why anybody can talk to him and tell him that you can't behave that way. And he's not that great anyway to have that kind of attitude. Only people like Messi and Ronaldo should have attitude, and they don't. Tyrese Campbell may not make it because he was on Cephas on the bubble, Tyrese on the bubble, King on the bubble. Who else on the bubble? Ian Frey on the bubble. Deshaun Burnett on the bubble. There are a lot of bubble people on there. Max Aaron's on the bubble. A lot of people on the bubble. So let me keep moving, people. So those are players, targeted recruitment. You want to hear the list. I decided not to post it because I have to refine the list. Next is, I didn't realize my thing here is messed up, Hold up. Next, people. Let me take a second, people. Do this. I apologize for a second. I realize I have to do something here. Give me 1 second. And I can tell you if you don't hate my list or not, I even like my list, Don't be afraid to tell Kranky you're talking nonsense. No problem with that. So Kranky talking nonsense. I have no problem with that. Uh-oh. I'm pressing stuff I don't want to press, people. Give me 1 second. I don't know what happened here. I think I have on green, That's not good. I have on my Arsenal shirt because we won today. That's not good. That's why it's bubbling so much. I was wondering what that's about. Oh, I'm using this. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me keep going. So what do we have to next? So I've gone through 1, you build and finalize the coaching staff. 2, aggressive, targeted player recruitment. Now, there's some players I would like to be considered also. Jacob Ramsey was at Newcastle. I know he's been approached and not convinced. The kid from Everton, his name will come back to me, play midfield. I already been approached, not necessarily interested. The prodigal son in Mason Greenwood. Jonathan Rowe, who is also in France. And the kid from West Ham I mentioned before earlier in the program. So there's about 5 or 6 players who, if they would agree, I would replace these players with those players because they play at the highest level, right? Now, let's go to government and PICA fast tracking of naturalization because we don't want persons come and they have to. First of all, this is important. You guys realize we have no time and no window between now and March. You're only going to have like 2 days with the play if you have that much. So you have to do workarounds. You have to be very creative. So you have to work with the government and PICA in the fast track naturalization process. There's a build a direct channel between the JFF, Ministry of Sports, Ministry of National Security, and PICA. And some people going to tell me, we had that already. It ain't working. If you have it, it not work right. No, come tell me, see, I have something when I work right. It's not working right. Expeditious doesn't mean 5, 10 months a year. Expeditious mean, you know what? A few weeks or a month. Figure out what you need to do. Be creative. Get it done. Second, you have to submit your packets immediately for players with documentation. So you work with the players to gather all they need. There are people with expertise in know how to do so. Help them get the papers. Help them submit the papers. And assign a dedicated JFF liaison responsible for weekly progress reports and updates that he or she provides to all the parties who need to know. So the government PICA fast track naturalization process has to be effected yesterday. Right? No, there's no grade in my team. As I said before, no guy not listening. If you're not up on the list, you're not in the team. Now, I will tell you the truth that more than likely, I don't want to call no name, right? But some people are on my team. We just put them on there for different purposes. I don't want nobody to be biased, so that's why we put some people on my team. But if you name Russell, you're not on the team. If you name Gray, you're not on the team. And you have to look into yourself and say, why I'm not on the team? You're part of the failure. Anyway. And so may I ask, why is Bailey on the team? But he's on the team. Or in my squad, actually. He's a 31-man squad. And it's a quality squad. Now, and the people who failed before shouldn't complain about not being in the team. They failed to go to the World Cup. Let other people get a chance. Now, so the PICA thing is an imperative, people. The John Sterling, players like that, the Efron Clark, the Cameron Archers, the Keenan Davis, we get into the process as quickly as possible. We don't need to wait to get into the process. Get them through. Some of them papers at different stages, some not on papers. Figure it out. If you have to take DNA tests, go take DNA tests. But there's a way to get these things done. Work with people, figure it out. Figure what they have, what they don't have. These players are busy. They're playing games. They won't get any time off by their clubs. In fact, the ones who are going to leave to come March, that's a problem for them. Because some of them may be in last year their contracts, or they may be playing for their game and have competition. And for them to leave in March and probably go get injured, that's a problem. So you got to convince them. You got to create for them a situation where, you know what? You are convincing that they should be here. People, me I pick my squad. I said 31 people. There's only 11 starters of 31 people. No, listen, no. There's only 11. And I'm also being a politician in some of my selection. But they won't make the final 23. That's all I have to say about that. But anyway, let me keep going. Because someone know how to lose themselves. Anyway, me keep Now, so if you get the PICA thing right, and you don't take 10 months to get it done, all the naturalization should be done by early February. So you only have a month and a half. So we have to go somebody's yard. And by the way, the coaching staff need to be on a plane. You can't, because you're going to Europe. Because all the places you want to get to Europe. So the coaching staff need to be on a plane. Now, meet everybody by Zoom. You'll have a lot of Zoom meetings, but go on a plane. Go meet people. Go shake, baby, kiss and shake hand. Go deal with family member. Use your charm. If you're not on charm, get some. But you need to be on a plane. You can't do these things remotely all the time. People need to see you, you're genuine, engage you, talk to you, look in your eyes, and see you now. So give them a story. So you have to cut and refresh your squad. You have to evaluate the current squad performance and player suitability. Move players on who lack the ability or mentality required for elite player football, and you know who they are. Prioritize high impact, athletic, strong players. And as I've said before, only players who are playing regularly with their club should be considered, with few exceptions. You may have to make 1 or 2 exceptions because we don't have a balance of players. But only players who are playing for their club should be considered. If you're not a player, maybe you make 1 or 2 exceptions, but not too many. And every coach does that, right? You see, even Tuchel does that. Even though he said people have to play, him do that. Now, here's a very important thing. You have to have one-on-one player engagement. As I've said before, you have to go on a plane, you have to go home visits. Coaching staff must meet with key players personally, whether UK, US, and Europe. In fact, the entire 31 man you have to meet with them. Sit down with them, talk to them, engage them, talk to them about what transpired, what didn't transpire. Some players want an explanation. Why should I commit to you when you failed already? These are the new ones. The old one want to talk about what went wrong and what don't get wrong. You have to meet with them. You have to engage them. You have to share your tactical plan. What the role of the player? What's your expectation? And the mindset that's required. And you have to remove uncertainty and build trust with the players before March. You have the players be comfortable with you. They can call you anytime. They can engage you. Very important. Now, let's talk about some of the tactical element. What you do March. I have to simplify what you do. Either play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 3-4-3. You may have different tactical setup for different teams. You may go more loosely against New Caledonia. You may want to be more conservative against Congo, given their ability. But figure out what you want to do and make sure each person knows what they're supposed to be doing. Prioritize prioritize being compact, transition football, defensive structure, and pace, and stop with the long ball thing and figure out how to do something different from just kicking the ball long. Seriously. Kicking the ball long and the best thing to do. All right? Each player must know I'm going to say his or her, but we don't know her on it, must know their role and get specific instructions before March. They have to know what they do. They have to know what their role is. Otherwise, it don't make sense. You also got to think about, you got to do Blackboard and Zoom work. So people have to, if the player's going to be involved, they got to be committed. Because you can't go on March and take 2 days when you don't know somebody play them, especially new one them, for the way you want to. You have to conduct what I would consider weekly or bi-weekly. And bi-weekly, I mean every 2 weeks now. I mean twice a week. Tactical meetings with the 30 or 31 man provisional squad. Use video breakdown, diagrams, give people homework assignment. Ensure every player understands Jamaica's game plan before they arrive in March. Make sure they all have homework. Make sure they know where it's going to be. Make sure they know who is playing on each of those teams, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what they need to work on, what they don't do well, what they do well. Understand, and if you're a defender, you're supposed to know, each person know the entire team, but especially the player who play in their area or who they're going to go up against. And you have to make sure logistically you don't have no challenge that we normally do. In terms of booking, flight, US, Caribbean, arrival time, recovery windows, match day schedule. You have to create contingent travel plans in case you have disruption. You also got to think about the psychological element of the squad. And how much are they committed? If the player not committed, move on. Some players like to take off window. Some players we know in our squad right now, they don't come to a certain window, because them take off and do what they do. We don't want them play there. You have to remove disruptive or unreliable individuals. If they want to go party, if they want to break curfew, you can't deal with them. And in fact, the one that will break curfew the last time, I call them name. Whisper, Nicholson, and you know what, CFAS, they probably should be 19, you know. So put them on the side. Then they're my contingent. In fact, I have Nicholson on my side anyway. But Whisper and CFAS, then they're on probation. Are they in a nice squad at all? Period. You hear me mention before with about Arteta about discipline and culture. Establish a culture of unity, sacrifice, and discipline before March. You're either on board or you're not on board. If you're not on board, thank you. We appreciate you. We understand. Go about your business. If you're on board, have to adhere to how we're doing things. As I said, for the opponents, both Congo and Caledonia, the coaching staff should get all the materials and information they can on the two teams. Break down the team's strength, break down their weaknesses, set play tendencies, danger men, all that should be known, crafted, memorized on paper, something that you can digest, assess, and when you provide instructions to your team, especially blackboard work, you know what you're talking about. Give each individual player access to scouting packets. The information you garner and you centralize and synchronize and you put together, give it to each of them. Then we study, and when they come out class, then we can talk about it and build a tactical plan tailored specifically to beat each of the opponent. You have to do that. And when you have that done, you have weekly touch points, WhatsApp group meeting, Zoom call, tactical videos. And I said before, you have to be on the plane. And if you're on the plane, someday go to England now. If the players can afford to, you probably can meet up in England now. That is a decent sized country and good distance between John. But if people jump on a train from up north to London, it'll take 1 3 or 4 hours. You have to reinforce team identity and the goal and structure. And you have to keep players mentally locked in for the playoff battle. Those are some of Kranky's suggestions initially for whoever's running this program to consider before them start. Not complex, not complicated. So if you want to call in now and give your 2 cents, I mean, someone will like the players that we mentioned, but I can understand that actually. Everybody have the players they don't like, and I can understand that. I'm not going to the top of versus speed competition, people. I stay away from that. We know we love to talk about that. I stay from that. I understand the question. I stay from that. Oh, Kranky, only Jamaica would select Whisper and CFAS over Grey. To be honest, CFA and Whisper may not be in my team, actually. They're in the 31-man squad. They may not. And look, let me just say this, Chris Smith. You'll have to make some decisions you don't like to make because of politics, but they wouldn't be in my 24-man squad. They probably wouldn't be. Anybody who's going to make 8 passes in 2 games, they can't be in the squad. I don't care how much explosives they have. Anybody, I watch a game today now. I watch Martin Dalia play now. Who like to hold me the head like CFAS. But I watch 1-2. I see Madueke play. I see Martin Dalia try. I never see CFAS play 1-2 them life yet. I never complain saying I no left back or no midfielder play it with, but yeah, maybe CFAS. Look, I have time for Whisper, I'll be honest. My time can I run it with CFAS. I have time for Whisper. But he's not professional. He's very unprofessional. I remember before when he skipped the call up for Jamaica to have his party. And Toxic Boss is making an excuse for these players, which is part of the problem we have in Jamaica. There's certain people who have achieved certain things, and it gets to their head, and you can't tell them nothing. And they are cancer, and those cancers have them out, which is really interesting. Yeah, but Gray's not playing well, Chris. He's not playing well for Jamaica. He's not playing well. So maybe it's the team and not him, but he's not playing well. So there are players we should try. Somebody just texted me, we should think about Amari Hutchinson also. Yeah. Amari Hutchinson, Jonathan Rowe, Ramsey. Just think about all the players. There's about 6 or 7 players who are on the list who are better than these players, frankly, who we should approach, but some of them already said they don't want to play or whatever it is. So at least I was told that. I don't know if that's true or not. No, I had Tyrese Campbell on my list now. Is Tyrese Campbell? Yeah, Tyrese Campbell's on the list. What are you talking about? Tyrese Campbell's on the list. Look, people, it's 31 people. Don't stop complaining. I don't have fun team. Me have my team. Don't stop complaining. I like my team. Me understand I like my team. They pick me play them already. But I have grade on my team for me one reasons. Now, like people skip my team, figure do what they want to do. Grace, I'm injured. I'm see my play for Birmingham. Me I set culture thing. Me see Arteta get rid of him best striker for different reasons. Grace, I'm sure that injured. I see Grace play next week when he miss window. Me I pick my team. Why I want to pick? If it I'm buying, but I agree. Whisper miss curfew. So you know what? Whisper Nicholson. You see Nicholson on my team. Whisper Nicholson and Sivas may not be in the team. And again, the game is in Mexico too. It's not in Jamaica, so we don't have no pressure from our fans. They can pressure all they want. Chris, I know your thought process, Chris. I see him play for Jamaica. Okay? I see him play for Jamaica. It's my team, Chris. Pick your one team, Chris. I'm my 31. Pick your one question, 31. No? Only want to beat up people, so they pick them 31. We're not all going to agree, people. I'm my 31. Me have Whisper in there. Me have Campbell in there. Me have Bailey in there. Me have Kada Martin, me have Antonio, me have Keenan Davis, me have Cameron Archer, me have Efran. Me not have Green there. Because I like people who miss window, but me not trust when they miss window. Me not get them want to tell me. Me have Ravel in there. Me have Tyrese Hall. Well, I'm not complaining about the people. I'm not complaining about me. No, you can't just complain about local players and people. You know, look good. Trust me, you know, look good. You can't complain about local players and complain about nobody with local players. You know, right? Me pick my team. I don't pick for no team. I don't have no Russell. I don't have Lembakisa. I don't have Pinnock. Actually, you know what? I may not have King either. In fact, you know what? I'm taking out of my team. I'm taking out of my team. I'm taking deserve to die. I'm taking out of my team. So my four center back me have a Light Kelly, Latibadir, Freckleton, and Deshaun Bernard. And frankly, I'd probably start with Light Kelly and Latibadir in my center of my defense. And put Rick Henry at left back, and right back me I put probably Dejan Sterling if he decides to come. That'll be my starting defense. 4 different defenders from me have now. Come, I think I'm good enough. In our midfield, me only have Hayden who start already, and up front, me not start on the man who start already. A different team. You know, we're not talking about not focus on the bench player them. I don't mind when I get on the bench. No problem. I think you're being unfair, Chris. The kid was out for a year, injured. And we're trying to compare Chelsea, who are some of the best players in the world. Let's be realistic, Chris. You're being unfair, Chris, and your list... Chris, I'm not going to do the engagement tonight, Chris. I'm not go back and forth with that, Chris. I'm done the engagement, Chris. Trust me. Whisper was out for a year with an ACL injury. You know, I've listed the Chris, let me tell you something, Chris. I've listened to the bloggers from Chelsea. They have him rated in the top 10 of people in the academy to go to the first team. Okay, Chris? Also do your research. No, your ears not hurt about Whisper. May I tell you. Gray may look good in England. Gray ain't looking good when he comes here for Jamaica. He look ordinary. Now, he's playing on the wrong side of the field because he liked the left side. But Gray hasn't played for Jamaica well in about a year. He hasn't played well in about a year. From he went to Saudi Arabia, Middle East, he hasn't played well. Let's not give Gray has played with... I don't have Pinnock in my team. When you guys not complaining about Pinnock? I ain't put nobody in my team when playing on football. I'm the football. And my 11 will not have a lot of these players you guys are talking about. But it's my team, people. It's my team. Don't make me get defensive. It's my team. I'm not pick for no team. My team. I just told you I took king up my team. I don't have Pinnock because Pinnock is not mobile. Pinnock can't walk and chew gum at the same time anymore. Pinnock is not mobile. I watched Pinnock play. That ball he formed at the stadium should give you an idea. It's like me with my rickety knees. He's not mobile. He's not playing any football. I just told you guys, if you're not playing regularly, you can't be my starting level. And I would only make a few exceptions in my squad for people not playing regularly. Pinnock is on the bench for Brentford all year. Why do you think he's going to the bench? Because the coach don't trust him anymore. Frank's left to go to Tottenham. He's not trusted anymore. He's not the same player. If you guys can't see it, I can't help you. He's not the same player. I understand Romaine, but as I said before, it's a blueprint. People can take the blueprint that they want. If they don't want it, that's fine. If they want to leverage it and think about it and add their own things about how they should do it, that's fine also. I'm not going to say players are not going to come. You'll be surprised who want to go to the World Cup and who don't want to go to the World Cup. But yeah, I am not anti any player, people. And I also think they should look in Jamaica and see if there's any player out there who has the ability to matriculate to the first team and be considered, even though they play in the EPL. And not EPL, I mean the JPL, sorry. So let me say this, actually, which is everybody's disappointed we didn't make the World Cup. But I was warned by somebody a while back who is very knowledgeable about football that we're going to struggle. I don't have Greenwood on my team because I don't think he's coming. I don't have Greenwood. I don't have Hutchinson. I don't have Jonathan Rowe. I don't have Ramsey. I don't have what's the kid from Everton? Why am I always forgetting his name? I don't have people who are remote to get. I have people who are more possible to get. I don't have the remote people. I don't think we should have more than 3 people in the starting 11 in the last game who's starting in the game in March. Either game. I don't think we have more than 3 people. The 3 people I would think the goalkeeper, the CDM, and Greg Lee. Those are the 3. And Lee may not even start if what's his name is playing regular football, Rico Henry. Those are the 3 I would start based on the last game we played in terms of starters. The goalkeeper, who is on my list of people who we got to find a replacement for, even though I love him as a player, because he can't play the ball on feet, and today football has changed. And that's why we can't even we got to go up the field a lot of times. So it would be the goalkeeper, the left back, possibly, depending on how people are playing, and the CDM. That's it. Everybody else, you're up on the sideline or not in the squad. And those are the starters from the last game. So we didn't talk about the bench people. Because if I'm starting a team tomorrow, and if Lottie Berry is playing football, I'm starting Lottie and Lloyd Kelly as my center back. Not even a discussion. Or Freckleton maybe, but Freckleton is playing at St. Marion, just like King, and he's starting over King. So I'm not one of them people who are going to start Dixon over Campbell when they play in the same team and Campbell is rated higher. Or start King over Freckleton when Freckleton is rated. That made no sense to me. So I think Freckleton may want to come. And I'm not totally comfortable with a St. Marion type player. I'll be honest, I don't. Lloyd Kelly, I have all time for. Playing with Juventus, playing the highest level. If you play against quality team, you need quality players. You can't have a player who play at a certain level, low level, playing against big time player. Eventually, if our coaching is equal, you're going to lose out. Dwight McNeil, I'm thinking about. I don't think Dwight want to come. Why can't I remember Dwight McNeil? I don't think Dwight McNeil want to come. Somebody told me that the conversation was held with him. I don't know if that's true or not. And he hasn't made a decision. So, and frankly, players are probably going to be concerned about all the stuff they're hearing, especially the New York Times article about whether or not they should get involved. That's why you need to be on a plane. Yes, Siga, anything is possible. I know people say, I think qualification is remote, to be honest, but it's still a likelihood. There's some likelihood of occurrence because the ball is round, as they say. And if you get all these quality players, imagine you could convince Greenwood to come, even though I don't think he's going to come. And all these players that I just mentioned, they're halfway decent players. But you got to go on a plane, talk to players. Grant Campbell are the only players come to the ball. Possibly. Campbell's on my list. I didn't have Gray. I'm gonna just leave that at that. I don't have Gray in my team. Can't have so much players. And I do have Cephas and Richards, but I was telling somebody today, I'd probably suspend them for both games because of what they did for the World Cup qualifiers. But I have Efren Clark, I have Tyrese Campbell, I have Bailey, I have Cameron Archer who can play inside, outside. I would put Mikel Antonio on the list if he's fit, and Bailey Catamarti, and Keenan Davis. Now, Bailey, Keenan, and Mikel can only play in the middle. Cameron can play middle and not wide. And they're quality players. I may want to have Antonio in the squad, but if he's not playing any football, he's not in my squad either. And in my midfield, I'm struggling. Now, Tyrese Hall has to be in my midfield along with Ravel and Isaac, and possibly Daniel Johnson. Casey Palmer, Ian Frey, and a couple more. We'd have to go there and do some research. Now, people talking about Mothersill. Mothersill scored 1 goal this season. I'm not sure what he has done. I've watched him. He's okay. I don't think so. I think Steve won the job. I don't think so. I think no. Hall was not asked to come. We got to be clear on that, Gino Lopez. The JFF didn't call Hall. The coach says Hall was one for the future. Must be the future of England he's talking about. Couldn't be the future of it couldn't be the future of Jamaica because he's here now. We needed him now. We couldn't progress the ball up the field. We have no midfielder that can carry the ball. You notice that I don't have in my squad Russell. I don't have in my squad Bobby Reed. I don't have in my squad Amari Bell. I don't have in my squad Pinnock. I had King, but I'm taking him out. I don't have Lambakisa. I don't have Nicholson. I don't have Gray. It's a lot of people I don't have. You got to look at that list. Because if they were good enough, we'd have made the World Cup. They're not good enough. You know, I shouldn't say that. They're not at the right level for us to make the World Cup with them in the team. That's my view. I think we need to go find a couple of midfielders too. We need some more legs in the midfield and quality. I don't think we have enough legs and quality. I'm not here to make noise, people. That's my blueprint as to how I think we can qualify for the World Cup. Very unlikely, given the competition. But as I said before, I have seen Iceland beat England. I've seen Ireland beat Portugal. So when you look at the squads on paper, you're like, that's not possible. But then again, that's Hallgrimsson. And he knows how to play defense. And he knows how to squeeze anything out, talent out of anything that team that he has. Why are you like that, Chris? Gray wasn't damn injured. Gray hurt his shoulder. Let me tell you something, Chris. You hurt your shoulder on Saturday. You couldn't play on Wednesday, but you can play the following week. Stop it, Chris. Stop it. I was watching that. I ain't giving nobody no blind. What do you mean double standard? How? Bailey's not in the bad graces anymore. You guys want me to pick a team with no local players on the team? Is that what you want me to do? Huh? Is that what you want me to do? I don't have any low in my team. I don't have any king in my team now. I don't have Nichols in my team. It's my team. You have your team. I have a lot of time for Whisper, to be honest. A lot of time for Whisper. But he has to grow up. I know he's young, but he needs to grow up. He has bad advice around him. Bad advice. Not surprised, but bad advice. Bad advice. Bad advice. When you start making a little bit of money and think that you're on top of the world, he was injured. He should know how difficult it is. He needs to have people around him who can guide him. He has bad advice. It's so awful to see that. Kids having bad advice and they always get them in difficult situations. Need to be people around him who have his best interest at heart and not just adhere to everything that he wants to do and be able to tell him right from wrong. That doesn't happen. I watched Whisper play in Curacao. I thought he was one of the better players. By the way, I don't have Dix in my team. I don't have Barrett in my team. I don't have a lot of people in the team. As I said before, my 31 excludes a ton of players, both local and diaspora. And Cephas barely makes my team because he has a speed and he can come on and make a difference in the last part like Martinelli does. But he may not make my team because he can't play. He's not a good footballer. He has an attribute which is useful, which should be leveraged smartly, but unless he changes game, he can't start in my team. What DJ is saying, great play today, show that he was sub regarding injury, it seems. Hey, maybe injury prone. Nobody say he isn't committed. I'm telling you. Unlike people like Pinnock and Gray, sometimes will take off windows. They take off windows. And he's not playing well, Chris. Chris, why is your ear so hard? He's not playing well for Jamaica, Chris. He's not. He's not doing anything for Jamaica. Come on, Chris. You seem like, Chris, you seem biased, Chris, when you argue certain points, Chris. You seem very biased. I'm telling you right now. Very biased. And you're adamant that you're the only one that's right, Chris. Nobody's right like you, Chris. You the only know what good look like. You don't want to know the players. Nobody watch the players except like you, Chris. Have your way. I'm not going to engage you anymore. I'm just going to hear it. You do that all the time, Chris. You don't listen. It's your way or the highway. Nobody else knows anything about football except you. You're the guru. Fine. Keep your perspective to yourself. And I keep mine to myself. Bailey didn't miss any windows of late. Bailey's been injured from God knows how long. And I ain't just pick Gray because he missed windows. He's not playing well for Jamaica. Come on, people. He's not playing well. He can't be my team if he's not playing well. He's not playing well for Jamaica. He hasn't had a good game in a long time. I like Gray. I advocate for Gray. But it's my team. Pick your team now. Pick your 20-31. Why not beat up me about my team? So pick from the 31 now. What's this about? Pick from the 31. Pick from the 31. And anyone pick, me will get beaten. If you pick my 31, me not have enough local players. If you pick out local players, me bias. If you pick out foreign players, me bias. If you miss out some foreign players, me bias. You can't win. This narrative gotta go. I'm gonna pick players. And as I said before, if you're not, say for example, if Cephas is not playing for his team, he can't be on my team. Most of the players I've picked are playing for their teams. Now we gotta see what do John Sterling. But most of them are playing for their teams. If you're not playing for your team, you can't be my team. Keenan Davis playing for his team. If Antonio not playing for his team, he can't be on my team. Anyway, let me see something here. So that's my view, people. I'm not staying long. I said I came for our show. I was going to do a 15-minute video, but I decided to do a show instead. Even though the timing may not have been perfect because I don't like to do shows at 9 o'clock. But I thought about, you know what? I just come in, give my 2 cents, give my perspective, and jump out. So I thank you for being here. I know some of you may not want to hit the like button because you don't like my team, but it's my team. It's my team. It's my 31. It's not a team. It's 31. We're only taking 23. And I know the ones I would drop on my 23. And I've said before, if I was to pick a starting 11, my back four, I know. My midfield, I know. And my forward line, I sort of know. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I sort of know my team. And of the players who have played so far, let me tell you how much we get in my team. None in the defense, 1 in the midfield, none in the forward line. So we have 2 players from the last starting 11 who get in my starting 11. Period. That's it. 2 players. Give me 1 second. I think I disconnected this from the hookup. And it's not connecting. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. I was going to take any call, but you called already. So anyway. Yeah, well, let me do this. Hold up. No, because I was going to close the program down, but hold up. I'm trying to connect you to the system. I disconnected today. And you're refusing to connect, maybe because you know it's you. So you say connection unsuccessful. No, you know what? I'm messing up. There we go. Yeah. I know say you have come get trouble as normal. But hold up. All right, you're good now. Go on. Go on. So what you say.
Yeah, one thing I pick out Carla who I disagree with you.
No, sir. I don't care who I disagree with me. I have no business who I disagree. I don't care who I disagree with me. I have my view and you have your view. People shouldn't be robots agreeing everything people say.
Yeah, pick a team a while ago. I wonder.
Pick 31-man team. I mean, no, say you lose your mind because I'm a 31-man team. So go on. No, you'll lose your mind. Go on.
You're for a different thing today. You're ranting enough already, so you start pick the team now. You get on board.
I'm not on board enough, but I'm saying, like, everybody doesn't want to get to the World Cup, and I'm giving people ideas, wherever they are. If you're from the JFF, if you're from the general public, I'm giving people ideas because I have a lot of them.
Oh,
and why shouldn't I share them?
Last time we talked to you,
no, we're not coming to Jamaica. We're not coming to Jamaica. We're afraid of people. We're not coming to Jamaica. We don't want to get
So that
indoctrinated
people-
with the Jamaica way of doing business. We not come back Jamaica. We give people ideas.
You're not Jamaican, man. So well,
No, I am Jamaican. So we come visit and come back. We come visit. You come visit for about 2 weeks, and then we say, you know what?
I'll go back to your yard.
Yeah. We can't take the pressure. But no. But my 31-man squad is based on the fact that people who have been failed shouldn't be rewarded. Sorry, you fail against an easy zone. You play a harder team. We need better players.
May I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
What the real reason? Why you think we didn't qualify for the World Cup?
2 things, 3 things, 4 things. So we didn't qualify one because management, and players. That's the 2 things, you know. Players and management. Management in the whole idea of the coaching, the administration. The administration select poor coach, and poor coach give you poor results. And I thought we're going to and also part of the administration is getting people in who were trying to get their papers and didn't get their papers because we were so confident, feel like we never need nobody else. We had players we could have get in if we get them the right moves in, but no, we chest out. We're so confident that soup zone, we're not gonna push nobody else, and it failed us. We didn't have enough quality players, and we didn't have quality management that give you outcome which is not desirable.
But Kranky.
Yeah.
Players. I hear no call for a lot of players, you know.
Yeah.
And I think the coach, and the federation or the coach get most of the players they want to call for.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
No.
So okay, players we call for. Tyreek Mitchell.
You call for,
wait, no.
No call for Jonathan.
Go ahead. Who?
Man. No call for Jonathan Russell. I don't get it.
We never get Jonathan Russell.
We
never get Jonathan Russell. We never copy Jonathan Russell. He got his paper. No. Listen. He got his papers. Listen, you know, listen. Well, you listen. So you can learn something. Jonathan Russell got his papers on his own. Nobody called for Jonathan Russell. He didn't want to come play. That's why you don't hear me put him on my list. He got his papers on his own. Nobody called for him per se. Well, I didn't anyway, because I knew what the situation was. He approached Jamaica to get his papers. They didn't help him. He got it on his own, and he got it for different reasons. So he wasn't trying to come. That we know.
Oh, Jonathan Russell?
No, I'm sorry. Not Jonathan Russell. The kid from No, not Jonathan Russell. Not Jonathan Russell. Not John Russell. Jonathan. Why am I mixing up my? Whatever is the kid from Marseille. No. The kid from Marseille. Not Jonathan Russell. Jonathan Russell. I didn't call for Jonathan Russell.
Well, no call for Jonathan Russell. Jonathan Russell was here before, and them did end up leaving out of the squad again. When
some people call for Jonathan Russell. I didn't call for Jonathan Russell.
And then people was on when Jonathan Russell scoring a couple goals. People was here calling for him. How are you supposed to let for Jonathan Russell? And people are saying slow. And Jonathan Russell is this and it is this.
Jonathan Rowe. I was talking about Jonathan Rowe, not Jonathan Russell. Jonathan Rowe. I'm talking about. When you say Jonathan Russell, I mean you're talking about Jonathan Rowe. So,
Calamartieri is here.
I call for Calamartieri, yes.
Call for this guy, the one that played Trinidad, right? The striker.
Roman Burrell.
Yeah, call for Isaac Hayden. Get him. Call for the guy that played the right back and in a Trinidad match and it was woefully. This guy, man.
Is that what Lembakisa?
Nah, man, I'm not talking Lembakisa.
Holgate? Mason Holgate? Okay.
When you call for Mason Holgate, you get Mason Holgate.
Okay.
When you call for Gray, you get Gray.
Okay. So what's your point? What's your point?
No, what I'm saying, you said that them didn't go out and get the players, them get good players. But Uno is the one that's on the YouTube channel calling out for players and them go and get them. They don't get all of them, but them get most of them.
Tell me when I can respond. They
get most of them.
Yeah.
All right then. Then the team, honestly, the team not playing the type of football you don't want to see. But every strategy where a coach implement out there is to get the team to win and get to create chances for the player the players them to score goal. All right, we didn't have the right midfield, but yet still, the players them get a lot of chances to score goal, and them don't score the goal. Them don't score the goal them. Because any strategy where you implement, is to win the game, Don't matter if it's a tiki-taka football or long ball. What I want to ask you, if the team was playing tiki-taka football and we lose and don't qualify for the World Cup, you would feel all right?
No. How would I feel all right? We didn't make the World Cup. It's about outcome.
Yeah, the strategy where you implement is to get an outcome where you want, don't it?
Yes. And
when you watch the game, as bad as all Jamaica, because I say I don't rate the team highly, and them did in the group where them supposed to they saw them competencies. And don't every game that you watch, Jamaica get an abundant chance and don't score. Not against Trinidad, but against Curacao, yes. They got little or no chance against Trinidad. But they score and lead in the game. I was leading the game and them end up dashing the game. They lost the game. They shouldn't have won the game, and it worked out the way it's supposed to work out. They were poor against Trinidad. They score, but Trinidad scored too, because Trinidad should score because they were a better team. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they was leading the game, and them didn't defend properly and lose the game. That is true. Yes, that's true. They go to Curacao and then get although Curacao scored the first goal on them. Before Curacao scored the next goal, they get how much chance and they did not score. No, most of the chance came in the second half. They were in the first half. Most of the chance came in the second half. Then but in the second half, Curacao scored the next goal, Yeah, but it was early second half when that winger scored against Lambakiza, yeah. They counter on us. We was pressuring them and then counter on us and score. Yeah. What I'm saying, we get 5 clear. When I count the chances, then they get 5 good opportunity in that game and didn't score. They come back at Jamaica again and get 5 more. When I count the chances, them and watch the game, they get 5 clear chances and did not score. So whether the team was playing tiki-taka football or not, we get the chances them to score and we did not score. So I have a question for you. Yeah. Where did I talk about playing tiki-taka football tonight? Huh? Where did I talk about playing tiki-taka football tonight? Wait. You never listen to me. Oh. So you come run your mouth and now listen. See, that's a problem with people. Then come run their mouth and then listen. Them just provide for them perspective. They have no patience. Wait, people. This is embarrassing. You sound like somebody we know from Jamaica when you go with the program. That's what you sound like. I want to talk to you from where you're on a ranting everywhere. Yes. So the team kicking long ball and then doing this and doing that. Okay. As I said, anything you implement is to come out with a result. And it's all to get result, you have to get chances. And they get abundant a chance and they don't score no goal. So we got no chances from open play. We got no chances from open play. None from where you get the chances from. But it does matter. It does matter because you're controlling the game. You don't control the game. That makes no sense. It does matter. People not cheer for Arsenal. Most of Arsenal goal them are set piece them come from. No, it's not not anymore. None of the goals were set. 1 goal was set piece today. 2 goals were open play. Previous game against Spurs, there were no set piece goals. So in the last 7 goals they scored, 1 was set piece. But I can pick out chances that Jamaica get. Where only 1 was Bobby Reed chance. The rest of them are set piece. Most of them are some kind of cross on somebody set piece cross, whatever. The chance where Bowser get where kick pass where him kick it wide. After that was no set piece. Which one? Bowser get a chance? I don't remember that one. But you may be right. I don't remember. All right. Let's get to the point we are trying to make actually, which is you're talking about style of play. Wait, you talk about style of play, right? Yeah. Which other team in this zone or in the old CONCACAF play like how we play? The entire CONCACAF, including Bermuda. Tell me one team who play how we play. No, Kranky. What I'm saying, it's all come back down to chances to score goal. Yeah, I would say you're right in that perspective. Yes. To score goal. Yes. So that's why I asked you if we was playing tiki-taka football or knocking the ball around every team, and we don't score, we get knocked out of the World Cup. If we all here would have still come here and cussing about the team.
No. I think people would, when you make the World Cup, all is forgiven, You know that, right? Nobody become cussing. They may not be happy with this style of play, but they be happy. Because you made the World Cup. You can't argue with a man achieving goal, even if you don't like it. You have to bite your tongue. You can complain afterwards if it doesn't work out well, but if he's achieving goal, we didn't achieve our goal. So you can't justify it.
The thing is, as I say, come back down to the players. It all come back down to
but the coach. So what was the coach style of play? What was the style of play? What system was he utilizing?
Come back down again to the style of play again.
No, but I'm saying every coach could have every coach was style. So was the style of play kicking the ball long and hoping?
It was long ball. Long ball was the style of play. Long ball.
So when King have 4 of 19 pass from long ball, that's good. That's good outcome.
Long ball.
4 of 19 is good outcome. 4 of 19 is good outcome. Answer the question. Yeah, the ball 19 times, you get to 15 times. That's good outcome.
Yeah.
And you want to win.
And all of that, Kranky, we get chances, 5 clear chances in the game, and we don't score none.
Well, that's true.
It come back down to chances.
That's why my forward line, I've none of them people that start. So my forward line, I've none of them. Everybody miss chances, right? People miss chances. It's part of football.
So you get 10 chances in a 1 game, 10 chances in a 2 game, I mean.
Maybe check at 20.
And you can't deliver the score, not even 1.
We did score. We did score 1. We did score 1. We just never get it.
King score 1 and then say it was.
Yeah, them take it where it was an unfair takeaway, but we did score 1. But no, you're right. We did miss a lot of chances. But we didn't play well. And I think we don't seem to realize that they're not sometimes mutually exclusive, It looks that way if we look at Trinidad, for example. But we need to have better coaching. So example, coach is about how you manage the last 10 minutes of a game. The coach was lost when he comes to the last 10 minutes of the Trinidad game. He didn't know what he was doing, putting out a bunch of defenders, put no pressure on Trinidad. So then they throw everybody forward because they're desperate to score because they had to win, and not realizing that you got to punish them to put the game away. Like Arsenal punished Bayern today to put the game away by playing Martinelli to the goal score, and then they deflate the team and you move on. We're trying to defend a 1-goal lead, putting on a bunch of defenders, creating no opportunities to go forward and to score, and if Trinidad score, we're in trouble. While if we score, the game is out of hand. That's the thought process. And Trinidad got much more chance than we did in those games, by the way. Trinidad got much more. Trinidad got chance of a chance, didn't score one of them.
The fact still remain. It come back down to if you don't finish your chances.
Yeah, but you could say the same about Trinidad, though. Wait. You could say that, but here's what they do. We cherry pick. So you're cherry picking. When we play Trinidad people, we up 1-0. They got bunch of chances, and put none of them away. When you talk about Trinidad chances, they should have scored. So our style of play was crap, and we should have lost the Trinidad game easily. You don't talk about that. Our Trinidad player scored 3 goals and 2 were barely outside. You don't talk about that. You only look at the positives. Your assessment is not holistic. It's a fact.
Look here.
Your assessment is partial. You'll pick up with a nice piece.
Game. Look here, man. We come down. No matter what you're talking about, Trinidad get chance and then didn't score. I don't visit with Trinidad side. I'm talking about Jamaica team.
Well, your assessment is only partial assessment. It's not complete.
Jamaica
and people
come down to the last game in the national stadium.
Yes, it did.
Need to get 1 goal to score, and we get 5 chances and didn't score not even 1, with 30,000 people behind us, and not even 1 we didn't put away. If the style of play never make we get any chance, then would have course and say the coach fault. But you get 5 chances in the game and you didn't put 1 on the ball in the back and 1 in at the back of the net. And then you're talking up, then you come and talking about the coach, make them not make the team not qualify.
Why did the coach resign?
No, but yeah,
why are you like that? Why are you like that? You jump all over the place.
Because he's disappointed. Disappointed.
No, because he realized because the true leader realized that he's part of the problem. Under the people in the JFF, he's a true leader realized he's part of the problem.
The main problem, Kranky, when you have some player want to call big player and good player. And
like who?
That is it.
Like who?
They're no good. You
Like
don't
who?
want to start calling him.
Like who?
You don't want me start to call
So
him.
call name now. Call name.
You don't want me start to call him.
Oh, no, stay so
When you're
start.
talking about praising players, all these players,
Like who?
good and them
Like
top
who?
players, and when they come
who?
on the field, them look like them know the Bobby Reed, the Isaac Hayden, the whole of them.
So what about Cephas? I don't see call no local player now. How about Cephas?
He get for the teams, all the next call up. They know if you call Cephas, and they know if you call Whisper. They be suspend them for a long while.
I agree they should be suspended. All three of them should be suspended. I agree with that.
I don't know the next person. Who was the next person?
They say it was Nicholson. I don't know. I didn't see him, but I saw a Whisper picture.
Yeah. Anybody was there? No, I say too much Nixon did that at the police. I must start them at
not Dixon. It was I think they said Nicholson, Cephas. I don't want to call name wrongly, but that's what I was told. Nicholson, Cephas, and
no, Nicholson and the police did it.
No, they mentioned him at the club too. So I don't know. I don't want to call name. Well, I know I saw Cephas and Richards in a picture in the club. I haven't seen Nicholson, so I don't know.
No, if Nicholson was there, it would have surprised me. I don't seem like the type of player. That type of person. It surprised me if he was there.
Really?
But anyone of them was there.
They say Dixon. Okay, so I misspoke. Dixon not. I'm surprised Dixon's there. Actually, I don't see Dixon like that either. So it's not Nicholson, it's Dixon. They said so.
Follow.
I don't see Dixon. I don't see Dixon like that, to be honest.
You know, that's it. That's all that again. I think Dixon would have more focused on the game. I think. Yeah,
I'm a little bit surprised to hear Dixon. I don't think Dixon would. I don't see Dixon. I think Dixon is much more professional. I don't think it's Dixon.
Influence, man.
I don't think Dixon. I don't see Dixon. I only saw two pictures. I saw Cephas and I saw Whisper. I'm not surprised to see Whisper, by the way. I think he's badly advised. Badly advised.
It kind of surprised me in a way for the type of game where we in. The last game for the World Cup, we qualify for the World Cup. If it was any other time, it wouldn't surprise me. The camp where I come out and the type of person where I lead him, so me not surprised.
I saw pictures of Whisper and I saw pictures of Cephas. I didn't see any picture of any other player, so I don't know who they are. Somebody mentioned to me Nicholson. Yeah, they're saying Dixon. I can't call a name. I've never seen the player, so I can't say that. But I saw Whisper throwing up money in the club. I saw multiple pictures of Whisper, and I saw pictures of Cephas. I don't know who else.
Yeah, this is Cephas with a briefcase. If I'm fully full of money, I will do with briefcase on stage. I saw them have money. Anyway, at the end of the day, when you talk still, you have some people who tell you, say, I bad mind for their money. You know, bad mind for their money. At the end of the day, we have a World Cup match. One match to go to the World Cup. Me think everybody's supposed to have focus on that. It was so surprising when them tell me, say, man, I say, the man in their club. When they go
well, I heard Toxic Boss said the players have to let off steam. And that's to be advisor? That's your guide? Jesus Lord.
You see me? So them to get suspended from out of the team. They get suspended.
Yeah.
Them to get that shit. Me no business, I don't care. They get that shit.
So who would be your third? So you heard my 30-man player? My list? Or you didn't join them?
A whole bunch of players where some of them I don't know where you're going to get them.
No, I said we should go out and go recruit better players. That's what I'm saying. And I changed my mind on that. Well, recruit better players.
If they can get better players, because really and truly the one we have that really they ain't ready. And if they may have defense, look here, man. In our lifetime, in my lifetime, and maybe year it's a lifetime for this place of America. We will never get an easier chance than this.
I totally agree with that. It is not possible. Not possible. It's not possible for us to get an easier chance on this. Not possible. We have missed an opportunity. Tragic.
Because I tell you now, the way me never rate this team from morning, it did even still say, as much as me not rate the team, they say this year much more easier the group where we get, and we have played the last match in the stadium. It just because me tell when I was at the next panel, the next YouTube channel, and I said to them, look here, may I bring Jamaica to win the game? Not true because we are playing good football. May I bring them to me as Jamaica and we are playing Jamaica the last. So may I bring them to win the game and got the World Cup. You know?
Yeah.
So it say surprise me, but it don't surprise me. Because all me have the team and all me have the players there. I just don't rate them highly. I don't rate them almost. When we talk, sometimes when I want to talk about the players, them man, some man want to run me off of them program.
So somebody's asking a question for you, Fisherman. It says, Crank, can someone please explain to me if we have better players on the island to play better?
All the while they'll come up with them.
No. It's a genuine question. Are there players who think they could No, it's a fair question. It's a fair question.
Are the same local and foreign based player that they want for it? That's why I asked that question. They not answer it.
I don't. I'll admit I didn't take it that way.
That's why I'm asked.
No, because you heard me say earlier, which is we should do research to figure out, are there baby gardeners on the island? It's a fair question. What do you mean? You're taking this personally, getting your feelings with this, and then you want to beat people. You can't beat people, you get their feelings,
Look here, man. Then the first way I put that question, I'm not answering.
Okay. Then you want to ask question, people answer. So me not answer your question then. Me not answer your question. Me not answer your question. Me not answer your question then.
90% of the team, they only look here. I want ball and me a fan of team here and I tell you before. Low, me not start no team at all and low no the panic. That is the only player for the team. Other rest of them can go if they want to drop a whole bunch of them, it don't matter to me. Whether them come local or overseas, it don't really matter to me. As I tell you, I don't rate the team. And it's not true just local. Me not talk about true foreign or local. Me don't rate the complete team. Me don't rate them. From morning I didn't rate them.
So is the team including the coaches or just the players?
What?
Is the team include just the coaches or include the players? Include the coaches actually. It's exclude the coach or include the coaches? When you say the team.
No, the team, the coach. The coach have to get some blame, but I'm not putting most people putting most of the blame on the coach. I'm not putting most of the blame on the coach. I'm giving the player them the coach get 40% blame and the players then get 60. That is me.
Okay. It's your prerogative. I probably would.
You cannot get chances after chances and don't score and then put most of the blame on the coach. Nonsense.
Look, I mean that's a fair argument, but that argument doesn't factor in how we played throughout the tournament. It only factors in the Curacao games. It doesn't factor in the Trinidad games. I'm more holistic in my assessment, which is we were poor against Trinidad in both legs. We were poor against Curacao in the first half away, and we weren't that great at home against Curacao. Couldn't pass a ball to our teammate to save ourselves.
With all the poorness where they poor. We was leading the group, coming from the group start, we was leading it till it come down to the last game.
That is the second to last game.
All the poor performance, we were leading the group. And coming home, just the team are leaving by 1 point, coming at home at your home ground with 30,000 people in the stadium. Don't tell me. And if you didn't get a chance, but I say, well, but you get a lot of chance and you didn't put away what? It's just one alone you should have put away. If you did just put away one goal, one out of the many chances what you get. And they turn around.
Well, the coach picked the squad, and the coach and his assistants picked the squad, and they picked the team, right? Correct. So they didn't pick the right team.
With the YouTube of them, we're running it.
YouTube and I pick no team. YouTube and I pick no team. The people at Jamaica force the coach. Them force the coach to put on Dixon. We know. Then force the coach to keep on Cephas, who make two goddamn passes in the entire game to his teammate. A man playing 90+ minutes and make 3 passes, 2 to his teammates in an entire game. That's criminal. Criminal.
You come back down again. You come back down, single out a player when you make 2. How much chance and get nice in game what you're talking about?
Who get?
How much chance the players them get to score in the game?
Which player? Cephas didn't play. Cephas was being carried. Not do nothing in the game. Yeah. He was being carried. He was playing for Curacao. He was 0 of 6 on dribble, so he was playing for Curacao. I think the mistake we made in that game is we didn't have a midfield in the game. What are we talking about? The coach picked the wrong squad. Coach would bring Tyrese out and some other players in midfield and then bring nobody in midfield, so we couldn't control the game.
The only way is our own goal. It coming like only if the team score for themselves.
I agree with that. I agree.
And the team would have to score for themselves.
I agree with that one actually. We probably wouldn't even score this score by themselves. Probably offside by themselves. They probably offside and score one goal. And that's not possible.
But sitting down and watch these two games against Curacao, me not blaming the coach. Not blaming the coach with these two games against Curacao because we get a lot of chances in the two games them. In the two games them we get a lot of chances. And both the striker, the midfield, whosoever, they cannot put a ball in the back of the net. And me not blame no coach for that.
Okay, so fisherman. So my perspective that we need to change the players. Why are you fighting that then? Why are you fighting that? If you say not the coach I players them, me I say change the players them. So we have fight that. Me say me want new players. And you still a pushback. So what's it?
I said to you
you said we are going to get a bunch of new players again because we get a bunch already before.
You're just dreaming because we are going to get those players.
No, some players are pressing their papers and some we need to go talk to them.
Kranky, a long time here you are saying something from.
But it's still true. It's still true. The problem is a problem. Hey, fisherman. Here's what happened. You know when you're arrogant and you believe you can do something done without me, need me. So push feet. So Rico Henry had his papers before the last window, right? Right? Yeah. And we ignore him. Rico Henry has papers before the last window. No, people why is he just coming to the team?
Because the position when I come play, we don't have a problem.
Exactly. So there are other players who gonna play. Every position had other players in them already. Every position had other players in those positions. Every position.
Look here. Rico, you go up on the field with I am one of the man who make it goal and scoring actually that much. He's one of them.
No man, the man fake him and run past man. Him here, somebody call him. Somebody call him. Somebody call him. Somebody call him. If he gets the man at the ball, I try to shoot him and call him and he run past the goal.
But we can't believe when Jamaica that's why most people did not say soup. Because when they look at this group, they must say, people are that pick all Jamaica and pick Jamaica squad, the World Cup squad,
I was one of those. But you know what, fisherman? You can't pick your World Cup squad now. You're not gonna play that World Cup. You can't pick your World Cup squad now.
Yeah, man, name squad and play away from the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, you can't carry your bag and go to the World Cup and buy a ticket. You can't carry your bag. You can't carry your bag and go to the World Cup and buy a ticket and carry it. You have your World Cup squad with you, because you look like the only World Cup. You put your squad back your bag and World Cup. You got World Cup with the squad. Yeah, you got World Cup.
You can have a team like this, you still have to watch the team play every match. And you get over before too much. Go, you're picking your World Cup squad to the World Cup. My God. No, sir.
No, look, I mean, we're laughing at it. We can't cry about these things when I cry business, so we have to laugh about it. But it was sad what transpired. It was sad what happened. It shouldn't have happened. All the parties involved, coaches, administration, players have to be blamed. And my view is, when you're playing against quality opponents, you have to improve the quality of the players on the field. And we got to go out and recruit.
Quality. And again, just every time me watch this Curacao team, when me hear people want to say quality. And quality team like Jamaica can carve out over 10 chances in a 2 game gets them. They're not these teams.
Nobody's saying Curacao is that level. What we're saying is that they're going to the World Cup, so they're better than we. They're better than we. Based on your assessment and process and how you analyze things, they're better than us. That's why they're going to the World Cup, but we're not.
Then we just have a bunch of worthless players. Just simple as we have a bunch of worthless players.
Yeah, somebody was saying, Fisherman. Somebody saying if it was foreign born player go bar, they couldn't come back to Jamaica.
Eh?
If it was foreign born players who went to go bar, they couldn't come back to Jamaica. Would you agree with that sentiment?
If it was foreign player, what?
It was the foreign born players who went to the go club. They couldn't go back to Jamaica.
It was foreign born player go club.
Yeah, say Bobby Reed go and Russell go. Cause you go like you don't understand me, I say. Like you don't understand patois. You hear people, I talk about in a circle. You don't understand patois. Me talk, you can't understand me. If Bobby Reed got the club and Lambakisa got the club and Russell got the club, they couldn't go back to Jamaica.
I mean, they couldn't come back to Jamaica.
Couldn't come back to Jamaica and that killed them. On the local. What?
I don't know if things sound like say. I mean, they couldn't come back to Jamaica.
Couldn't come back to Jamaica and I run away.
People that cost them. Like me would have cost them too.
Them man not get that much cussing. A pure topical cussing them again. Pure topical cussing.
Not going overboard with this thing.
No, it's true. Then I go overboard. No, fisherman. You're being a hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite, fisherman. You're being a hypocrite. That's a good thing. You're being a hypocrite, fisherman. You're being a hypocrite.
So what you say? If the man them big go club, what you say? Them couldn't come back to Jamaica.
No, and I run away. So if you go away, they might get runway just being barred out as much as they go. You man go club. Wait. No. You know what I say? Wait. So wait. The man there who go club, them committed. Miraman make excuse with them now. Miraman or YouTube channel make excuse with them now. I talk about say the foreign players they're not committed. At them man they committed. They're committed. What does commitment mean?
Go club. If them they go on a go club and people see them, people that cost them. But seeing them and like do anything to them, like make them free to come back to Jamaica. Nobody don't do them anything, man. Let's stop spread them rumors.
No, they couldn't go back. No, we're not talking about physical harm. Then I cost them. Them couldn't go back. Then I cost them.
I mean, they don't cost them.
Then I tell them to come back. Then I tell them to come back.
The same thing when you say the youth come here and then boo in my stadium. I have to actually come here.
Omari Hutchinson.
Me see this brother we down a Real Madrid from Liverpool. Him born brother Liverpool. And him left down Real Madrid. When he come back at Anfield, the people them boo him. Yeah. Eh?
Fisherman. A player who make 2 passes in a game should get booed. Did he get booed? Play crap in the whole game. Did he get booed in the stadium? Yes or no, Fisherman? Man play SHIT in the stadium. Did he get booed?
Kranky, you know, say more time you say people, you talk, say, at the same thing you come back with.
No, me I point out stats which are atrocious. No. Me I point, no. Me I do a comparison with player. Who play nonsense.
You're trying to put me in a box.
But Fisherman, you escape the box every single time because you're a hypocrite. Fisherman, you're a hypocrite. You are just like any local person. If the person is overseas, you move away from saying anything negative with the local born players. I was listening to a situation last night on CVM, right? This person, Orville, interviewing Omar McFarlane for the JFF. And he says he's a great interviewer. And I almost vomited when he was interviewing him. Because the guy was denying every single thing that came in the New York Times article, some of which we know is true from different sources. And he was just bowing his head and saying, yeah. And what is he trying to do? Make a name for himself? And you see, they're thinking, the man worked for The Athletic, which is a subsidiary of the New York Times. He's trying to make a name for himself with little Jamaica. What are we talking about? Really?
You see, the thing is,
right.
The thing is, I tell you already, and I tell you again. You see, each person have them own opinion and have them own beliefs. If somebody believes, if Jamaican out here believes that they want to see more local born players on the team, that is their opinion. That is their choice. At the end of the day, when the damn team pick, the coach pick the team we want to pick on the team.
That is not true. That's not true.
17, you have 17, you have 16, you have 18 overseas born player in the national team.
We have 17. We have 20.
2 local-based players on the team are 3. You don't have a problem with it same way.
That's not true. That's not true. Nobody have a problem. That's not true.
And then you don't say our people out here have a problem with overseas players, born players. Because from me sit down here tonight, I bear that because of that you know what me lead up to. That's all I know. That's gonna push me to go in that direction.
You sound so defensive, Fisherman. You sound so defensive.
No, because I'm here talking about the team, telling us the player, I mean, I rate the player them. They have to bring out this power when they're but yet still not push it, I go down the
I think you're being sensitive. I think you're being sensitive.
English player, they go at the club, would have run them, them couldn't come back.
No, but that's been said. No. That's been said in a lot of circles. That's and I haven't heard the toxic person admit it actually. I haven't heard the toxic person who have his program. I've heard him admit that yes, if it was the case, it would have been a different response. Even he.
You know what I admit say, them up, me not tell us that people now go cost them, but you say they couldn't come back at Jamaica. Stop them nonsense, man.
No. When I run with Hutchinson.
You with this thing where I tell you say hurricane blow and you see people are pack how much barrel from overseas to send them come. And you tell people send enough, send them come because people they don't like you.
Who said that? Wait, who said that?
You me I said I'm planning something with you.
I said they shouldn't send because people don't like them. Really?
You tell the people them say the people them don't like them out here. We are send barrel, send we are send thing I go and they don't like you know. So that you say.
Fisherman, you go listen to my tape. Fisherman, go listen to my tape. Fisherman, my yard fear me, no, me sue you, no, my yard fear me sue you, no, my yard fear me sue you. Fisherman, me say, my yard fear, fisherman, my yard fear, fisherman, my yard fear me, fish, you know, say me, no, my yard fear me sue you.
About that defame me, you defame Speed and the Federation and they not sue you.
Me tell you something. You don't know what defame mean. If you say me defame feed them, me not defame them no way, shape or form. No way. And me can't talk to Speed any day me want to talk to Speed. Me tell you that right now.
And if you play back the tape, you can't go play back the tape. You say,
first of all, I said, yeah. Go ahead.
Go on, talk what you say.
Me said, don't defame me because me sue you. Let me sue you like a Speed Sue Butler. Let me sue you like a Speed Sue Butler. No sue you like a Speed Sue Butler. Eh?
You use from football game to reach to a point. Me never know the football game so serious that it lead up to where I tell say boy people in a we end up in a disaster.
I told you that there are people who have called me who have basically said they must stop sending to Jamaica because all Jamaica don't like people from the diaspora. That's what I said. Now you change it around. Wait, listen.
Kranky.
Why would I say that when I send? I just send. Wait. First of all, I send multiple barrels to Jamaica. So why would I even say you shouldn't send barrels to Jamaica? Me, I send barrels to Jamaica.
You say you tell the people, then say people don't like you know to Jamaica.
They don't like we. They don't like we. They don't like we. True. A lot of people in Jamaica don't like we. Don't like we. No problem, including fishermen don't like we. Fishermen don't like we people. They don't like we. They want to like with money. They don't like we. They only like with money. Me say that numerous times. Not true. They don't like we. They like we borrowing. They like we money. They like we investing. They don't like we. They don't want nothing to do with we. Me not take back that. They don't like we. They don't like we. They like we money.
What me do? Me glad say me never. Me sorry for the people that were in the part in the country that where it start deal with away. Me glad me never in that. That's no. Me have to sit down and that depend. They only say something come give me.
Fisherman, let me explain something to you, Fisherman, let me explain something to you, because you guys are confused. Nobody I know like to give away what they work hard for. Let me just tell you that, Fisherman. So let me just set you straight, including yourself. Nobody like to give away what they work for, okay? But people are generous, and they're kind, and they like to help out fellow human beings. But what they would love, wait, let me start, Fisherman, stop, let me talk. I'm not cut you off, let me talk. What they would like, obviously, in life is some appreciation when they do something that's kindness. It's only human to do that. What they get is venom. What they get, a bad man, I'm going to call it. What they get is pushback. What they get is like an appreciation. It's a fact.
Is everybody in a Jamaica not appreciate when people say...
We not say everybody. We are saying enough to make a concern. A large minority. Put it that way. A large minority.
But look here. You reach to football. You take a football and lead up to talking about people sending things, come get people in a hurricane through football, through you say people that talk about
you sound very simple-minded when you say that. You know why I sound simple-minded? Because football, as I say, is an example of the larger society and how we operate. The concept about foreign versus local is pervasive across different areas. It's not just about sports. Sports is an example. Sports is a small component of that whole thing. I interviewed what's his name from Bickle. What's his name? Bickle. I interviewed him on my program a while back, talking about what he does here, talking about Jamaica, talking about immigration. And he said the same thing I said. They want the money, they don't want to talk to us. He's not in sports. But he covers sports. He helped the kids who come here to pen relays. But he was just an example. But don't get defensive because that's true. Don't like for you the truth. That's true. No, I don't take it too far. It's true. And if people are firing them fed up with the nonsense. People are firing fed up with the nonsense.
Opinion, big man.
So have your opinion, but you know what? Don't take with money. Don't take with money then. Don't take with money. Don't take with money. Tell if you go away. Tell if you go away with money. Fisherman. Tell us to go away with the money you don't want it. Tell me that. Go away with the money we don't want it. Go away. You want to come play football for we don't want you. So go with the money too. Tell us to go with the money. Tell us, people.
But Kranky, you're talking about spreading too much rumors and lie, man, because the team full up a be an English band player, 90% are English band player upon the team.
We're not saying, so Fisherman, we're not saying there's not a lot of overseas born players in the team. What we're saying is they get a lot of pushback. We are told 24/7. Go listen to the Sports Explosion program. It almost every day comes up. We have too much.
Because everybody have them. As I tell you, people have them own a choice, own a belief. If at the end of the day, when the team pick, people going out there, when them going at it, you see what people in the stadium when there, go support them.
And in the second half, they forced the coach to put on Dixon and put on Whisper. They forced the coach to do it. They would have cheered on the stadium and put on them player there. We don't know who you talk to. And we don't make it from people. We don't make it from people who are.
It's the first time. It's the first time you ever hear Jamaica call for player when the team are playing. Jamaica did we was playing Costa Rica in our stadium, and we couldn't score a goal. And them shout out for Tuffy and listen. Tuffy get up off of the bench and start warm. Schaefer never Schaefer tell him to get up, and a Tuffy come and score the one goal.
So I guess the coach should be coaching the team then. the coach got intimidated the last game. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he resigned. Couldn't take the intimidation. He couldn't wait to get out of there.
Stop thing, man. We're gonna talk about if a man named the guy club and them couldn't come back at Jamaica. No, stop that.
Couldn't come back at Jamaica. No run away. Go ahead. No run away. Fuck. No run away. Why may I argue with the Fisherman? Because you're not listening. You just have your one way and you're defensive like a typical person in Jamaica.
Talk some things. Don't still come at Jamaica.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Look how much I want to talk. When no found a flight, that's the thing, you know. When no found to leave Jamaica.
No. Look. Fisherman, you're simplifying. Fisherman, now you're simplifying. No, you're simplifying the conversation, which is what we're doing here. We have a conversation at a certain level. Fisherman, don't simplify this thing. We know some other program. We're at a certain level.
Stop it, man. When you talk.
No, Omari Hutchinson was run to Omari Hutchinson from Jamaica. Fisherman, on a run with Omari Hutchinson from Jamaica. Oh no.
Run what? So we boo him.
And then I asked him about Whisper. Like he know nothing about Whisper.
He play a bigger player than Zico. Then they lose World Cup in 19.
We're talking about Jamaica. We're talking about Jamaica.
And then bond down Zico couldn't go. Then bond down Zico in Brazil. And then man, they had it world class.
Why are you talking about Brazil and Zico? You're the one say we shouldn't use those kind of examples. We should stick to the subject. Stick to the subject.
We give example. You don't put example. I mean. You just show yourself, Hutchinson, nobody now single out him.
So you no one play for we, no so one not cuss him. So you say now come play for we and we are cuss. We no cuss him if he come play, no cuss him, no come play. People cuss him. People cuss him. People cuss him.
Me tell you, say any English player we born in England, I want to play for England. I don't have a problem.
Fisherman. Here's the stark reality. Fisherman, here's the reality. A lot of locally born players are not good enough to play at a certain level. Facts. People like you can admit it. Here's what we should do. Rudolph, get a locally born team to go play in the World Cup qualifier.
That's you see the thing is, that's a thing we did know. You know, don't want nobody to say anything about the English player because as Canton, there is top player. Majority of them is majority of them no good. They're no good.
Okay, so Fisherman, because you don't listen and you like a typical Jamaican come to the program late, I name up my squad this evening. There is no Bobby Reed, there is no Pinnock, there's no Lambakisa, there is no Russell, there is no Gray. They're not in my supposed 31. But unlike you, wait, stop. Let me cut you off. Come here, talk. No, interrupt me. So my point is this, okay? Come here, interrupt your talk. You only hear, like most people locally, what you want to hear. You're like a go Criminals Park and you have on blinkers. You don't hear anything that says anything about overseas born players not in the team. All you hear about is some local player. You complain all night about Cephas and me saying about Cephas. I call her Cephas because any goddamn player who has 3 passes in the game can't play for my team. 3 passes in 90 minutes, I'm sorry. And the previous game, 2 passes. In the previous game, 3 passes. 5 completed passes in 160 minutes. I'm sorry. I don't care if you score 100 goals, you can't play for my team. Sorry, can't play. And if your name Bobby Reed and you don't play like this and Russell, whom I can't see on the midfield, can't play for my team. That's a mistake. Unlike you guys who think that Kranky is partial and you only want overseas born players, which is a bunch of crock. That's how you guys are. You're partial. You only focus on you're partial. You're partial.
No, but you know, partial when time you talk say Jamaica, we want to be a local base player. You're not partial.
But that's true.
Oh, but here part are not true.
Okay. So let me say this. So why? But I call my team. I don't have English. I call my team. I got rid of. You know what, Fisherman? If we do a better job of developing the players in Jamaica, we could call them out. We do a poor job of developing them. Poor.
No, the thing is, we're not really business. You see, we're not really busy about the development of the football in Jamaica. You see, the most thing we don't think about, I don't care about is the senior team. We're not really business about development in Jamaica with Jamaica football. I don't think we're not business about that. What we want to happen is when World Cup campaign come around, we get all of the players that we can get from England and try to qualify for it. That's all we want to see. We don't really care if football out here developing. Because if you don't check, we don't watch no J. We don't sit down and watch a JPL match. Because we don't want to watch it. Because us can't the league no good, so we don't watch it.
Fisherman. Okay.
5 Asian, they on the Asian team who play in a Jamaica Premier League and then qualify for World Cup. 5 of them. You hear about that? 5 of them. Yet still when we put a local base player in our squad, a hell and powder house we don't know.
Fisherman. Hey, Fisherman. Yeah. The 5 players were exported from Haiti, weren't they?
But them playing a Jamaica Premier League, we don't say no good. That is what I say.
Premier League. I'm not saying not good. But me I say it not good.
Them playing and them in the Asian team. I want to make it sound like all of the Asian them were in the team playing at some other league in the world.
I don't know where they play. We know they're in the World Cup.
But they qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, but Fisherman, you guys are so defensive in Jamaica about certain things. I listen to certain programs in Jamaica, a lot of programs in Jamaica. And all I hear about is we're going to have more local-based players in the team. And my first question is, well, name me some players, and you can't name the players. And I'm like, what are we talking about? You can't name the players, but you said we should have more of them. And I can name you 10 overseas-based players.
Since night I came here on your program, I didn't utter nothing about local and overseas players and English players.
You say overseas players. You say overseas players not good. Fisherman?
I take comments from me say the side not good.
Okay.
I single out and say the side don't good.
And as part of the conversation, you say the overseas players, no for them not good. You say that.
Jesus. And big man, when I come here and was talking, I was singling out any player. I tell you the only player on the team, if I start a team, low out of half in my starting 11 every time. That is not what I said to you.
Who would have you in the starting 11? Low?
I come here and was single out any I tell you the team not good, and I was saying it from a long time. Say the team not good. The group where them get the group, that is the group. Where them get, if them did go in another group, them wouldn't win another.
No, you said that. Yes, you said that. You said that. But
so I never come here and was single out any place. It's you who started comment And you did want to lead up to that, so you make sure I take the comment and I throw it out.
No, because you somebody asks that question, you get sensitive, you get into your feelings as normal. Because honestly.
Because I didn't come here.
And then you come accuse me about me say you accuse me, but you defame me. People saw me, I'll sue him. No, so like I'll make you start run around like how Speed makes certain people run around. Let me get run.
I will get
a fish, get a boat. Get a boat.
I'm too bad me when me have you must get.
Get a boat. Get a boat. Get a boat. Get a boat, people. Come on, I'll do some fishing. I'll get a boat. No, but fisherman. No, but to be honest, fisherman, I do think we have too much of the overseas versus local. To be honest, we have too much of that. We gotta get rid of that.
Anyway, we move from that. The two games, as much as me there talking, I hope keeping my finger crossed that we can win those two games and go to the World Cup.
I hear you. I think
me say one speed. Me say full speed ahead. So
fisherman, somebody in the chat say you're not telling the truth. There are no locally based Asian players in their World Cup squad. I don't know. I haven't followed it, so I don't know. So there's three U17 players in Haiti U team, not the senior team.
Make him go and go check which part then come from, which part them play. I see you see sometimes follow some of them. I see when France win the World Cup, they come up with this thing. You see France win
the
World Cup is an African team. France win the World Cup. Most of the players them don't born in France. And when you check it out, nothing like that.
They're born in France. They're born in France.
Two players alone on the World Cup squad. One goalkeeper and one of the defender. They're born in France.
Well, somebody says, fisherman, the regular girls are mainly from overseas with their accomplishment. Jamaica bid to host a World Cup to inspire more females to play and create. Yeah, look, I do think the overseas versus local is tired and needs to go. Let Nigeria focus on that. We shouldn't focus on trying to function as one people. We should focus on trying to separate ourselves. We get separated by other people too much. We separate ourselves. It's getting tired. It's getting tired. We're done with the overseas versus local.
It now go away because as soon as somebody talk about one player, and next man will start jump up.
Well, that's true. That's probably true actually.
So it now go away. It's not going to go away. It going to continue. But at the end of the day, as I say, I want the team, any team that them pick to go play that match, those two match, and I hope them do well and qualify.
So here's the last one I'm gonna ask you. Okay, I'm gonna close the program soon. Here's a question I'm gonna ask you. Do you think the players you just said the players no good, so we need new players then from what you're saying? When you think that we need new players, given what you're saying about the quality of the team?
I don't think at the time, right now in this I think them have to continue to use if them can get one or two well. But I don't think them gonna get much. So them have to go use the same players. Them have to use the same.
Then we're not gonna work up with the same. We're not gonna work up with the same players.
I said some miracle happen, and because I see small, some little team where you never expect. I see Scott already. Ireland beat Portugal already. I see Greece go Greece, yeah, going in a Portugal. Them did keep Euro, and Greece beat Portugal beat Portugal in Portugal and win the Euro. Win Euro, where England never win yet in their life.
Well, England is not into winning tournaments. They're into participating. They're not into winning.
And win you, but don't know we rate England ball at them, so and they can't win.
That's how you go.
They get up every day and rate England ball.
They have good players.
So at the end of the day, as much as we are underdog going, if we beat the team there with them, to be frank, any team that Jamaica play go against me and jump up and say we will beat them. Until me see when them play this team I went name from down Oceania.
You know, before you go, you know what's sad, fisherman? 3 years ago we had a very good team. We looked really good. It seemed like we had potential. We have regressed significantly. Remember the team that played in the Gold Cup that lost in the semifinals, didn't we? The team with Antonio and Bailey and Gray. And I think we may have Speedy in the middle and a few more players. We competed, actually. Remember that team that we played? I think Whisper was on the bench, came in and scored. Russell was on the bench. Yeah. They dominated Trinidad, beat them 5-1. We run over teams. We were very confident. We played the US team. People said they're third team. We played them and draw with them and should have win them. Bailey missed a penalty. We were doing well. We were very comfortable. We were all very optimistic about the future. What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
Well, for once, Gray was one of the men who was carrying the team. Gray lost farm.
Yeah, but we didn't play the ball over the midfield head. We played the ball through the midfield, didn't we? We didn't play the ball over the midfield head in those games. We played through the midfield. Right? So we're creating more.
Yeah, but in that tournament, you did have a player who did in that squad where they end up just do away with him and just swing him where one.
Which player?
He was part of the midfield.
Which player?
This guy I was playing in America.
Speedy?
Him and Lati was playing in the midfield, man. Sometimes Lati start, sometimes the two of them play in the Gold Cup.
Okay. Lati played Lambert. Okay.
Lambert was in that team, and for I see Lambert I played for the national team. Is the best tournament I see that, and then just do away with him, and then just throw him away out of the team. And I don't think he did put a foot wrong, and then just disappear out of the team. You know? And he was part of that midfield. And as I say, Gray was on farm. And Gray did just come in at the team. He gone back way. I don't know.
I think Daniel Johnson was in the team. Somebody said that. I think Daniel Johnson was in the team actually and played decent. I think Daniel Johnson was in the team. Yeah. And we didn't play with the midfield head. We played through the midfield. We didn't play with the midfield head. I don't think
Daniel Johnson was one of that midfield.
No? We had
Daniel Johnson was a poor. Daniel Johnson was a poor backway, sideway passer with football. I don't know. But we're desperate, so that's why we call him back for Daniel Johnson. I think Daniel Johnson was there, come and done that, and that's it. I don't think Daniel Johnson
He can't be worse than what we have now.
Well, that's true.
I mean, you couldn't be. I mean, if you think about the team we have now, we can't turn on the ball in the midfield. We can't make two passes in the midfield. It's really it hurts your head when we play football. All you see, you know what, you're in the 1970s when you just kick the ball up the field and it come back to you fast, you kick it up and kick it up again, it come back, they kick it up again. And you say, right, but when I watch football, professional football, I see I'm gonna box the ball at midfield and then go through the side and then we see Jamaica play, boom, up. We're gonna pick it straight that, I Curacao, then watch over midfield. 1-2, box, 1-2, and then we pick it up, boom, over the midfield head. It's like one, you look up and see the ball fly over your head. You ever watch them show them war movie? I'm gonna fire missile over your head, you look on it, drop, and then pick up for a second that drop, appear that way. I
watch Jamaican football. I watch most national team from the 80s come up. All that is on the most. All national team from the 80s come up. And I'm going to tell you this. This is one of the poorest playing footballing team I ever sit down and watch. And it's this national team. Poor.
Yeah, they don't play good football. I'll admit they don't play good football.
They Whitmore where people used to cuss and talk about Whitmore this and Whitmore that. Whitmore team them never play as bad as this team here.
That is true. That the team is, because you know why? We're playing kick and run football. You kick it and we shut the missile over and we run it down.
So what the reason why the ball and them free to come for the ball and take the ball? And even when them come feet and take it, as you say, turn and advance the ball, them cannot. It's like them nervous, them cannot do it.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Let them stay away from the ball. You don't see the only person in this match, the last match here, you know, is free. Is the only person who was coming for the ball and then King now in mad with himself, I kick with the ball. I kick the ball over the man. Sometimes when he comes for the ball.
Yeah.
But the only person who sit on the field that come for the ball. Him are the only person who see advance and come for the ball and can say, give me the ball. These other players, the Bobby Reed, the whole of them turn them back when the ball, none of them now advance and come for the ball to make no play. Because it's like them, I said, John, I don't want to lose it, you know. Don't give me, because I don't want to lose it.
Yep. I don't disagree with that sentiment. I think you got to change out those players. I truly believe you got to change those players.
With the team lack a leader. Them lack a leadership on the field. Lack a leadership. You don't. When we have so much ball, we say, all right, them are professional. Oh my God, you know, have one player on the field where look like him somebody who we step up and show leadership quality on the field. Even the thing with Cephas and Gray. You want to tell me, say, I'm a like Gray, a big baller like Gray, they're on the field. Him and Cephas, him play the same position as Cephas play more time. All right, then put him on the right. You want to tell me, say, you know, a match, and the thing now work out both sides. It now work out over your side, now work over Cephas side. You want to tell me, say, the two man them couldn't come together and come to bam and say, all right, you take over there so I can realize the wing back over here, so I give you a warm time. Try over there, so I try over here. So you want to tell me, say, they have to wait for the coach to tell them to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I in that game, I think Gray was unfairly treated in that game. I think Gray was trying to do something, it just wasn't working. But some other players weren't trying anything. Gray was on the wing. Yeah, they could switch. They didn't switch. They didn't switch. I mean, maybe it's coaching. Sometimes it's something. Yeah.
They're different. They just this side doesn't lack a leadership quality. People.
The side lacks quality in a lot of areas. Just quality. Period. When we say quality, we're not simply being can play football in that, but what you need to be successful wasn't exhibited in this team enough to get them over the line. That's a fact. Right? If you're not saying they can't play football, but what you need to be successful, I don't think was exhibited by a lot of players on the field. As we have been saying, sometimes it's not just about the midfield alone. Enough. Sometimes it's the defenders kicking the ball away 24/7. Right? Don't kick the ball. And by the way, when here's my last point, because I gotta go, people. When Steve McLaren joined, he said he's gonna play some modern football. And after a while, we heard nothing about the modern football because we know what we're seeing, and we follow football, and nothing was modern about it.
No, but somebody talking about long ball already, you know, and tell us that sometimes long ball necessary, you know. So you need to have that in the back I make from man.
In Ghana, I'm here and stay in yard. That's what I'm having to say. All right, Fisherman. May I say good night, Fisherman. Appreciate the call, sir. Yeah, but give me a hard time.
I'm glad you get it. When time I come on, don't try to put me in a box, but overseas and local.
Okay. Me just put in a local. Me just put the local box, but I'm putting it overseas and local box. I'm putting a local box.
Why you want me go down there? I may try my best to see.
All right. So I'm gonna make sure going forward, I give you the opportunity to show your local versus telling your local. Okay. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to show your bias versus telling your bias. Is that okay?
All
right. So, but you don't afford me that respect to say Kranky does the same. You don't afford me that to know you say bias. You hear that?
And when anybody tell about Devante Stewart, don't tell them about no levels. Right? About no levels.
No. I'm talking about levels because I was told Tyrese Alla played a Bush League. That's what I was told. Yeah. Right? When I mentioned Tyrese Hall, I was telling him playing, but even though the same league Dixon playing now. So that's what I have to say. That's what I have to say about that. So we have to cut, but no, levels matter. You know levels matter. Come on, levels matter. If somebody play in the Premier League and a score goal versus playing in a MLS a score goal, they're different levels. Levels matter.
So when you say Devante Stewart levels not good enough to play in
No. I can't. No. What I'm saying is it's hard to assess certain players given where they're playing. But I think he should have gotten a call by now. You can't have called a player and 3 years later, you're not calling him. He's playing where he's playing. He's scoring goals. Give him an opportunity like everybody else and see what he can do. If we're calling Warner Brown, right, who has done well for the national team, then Javante Stewart is playing at a high level. You should get a call too at some point. That's only fair. I have no problem with that. Sometimes the competition, though, makes it difficult. But you know what?
There is no competition in the national
No. But there is an other side. No, but there's an other side, other mind too, though, isn't there? Sometimes, right? And our coach was lazy. No. Fisherman, the coach was lazy. Fisherman, you don't understand? Lazy coach, not doing work. Lazy. He might do cursory work. So if you do cursory work, you can't really see people. You not spend time. Hey, Fisherman, something take work in my youth. Working, like doing YouTube. If you don't do the right way, you take work in. So Some people can just come and chat nonsense for about 5 hours, you know, and then get the most views ever, you know. And some people can spend them time, do hard work, and come and get no views, like yours truly. But anyway,
so like that you work for somebody.
Me not sure about nobody. Me attack facts. Me attack. Me see some people have millions. Me see people have million subscribers, right? Me see people. No, me not talking about word, man. Me see people have million subscribers. I'm watch them. I do reaction video. I'm a laugh. Cause the reaction video, man, though, then just come take out about 4 minutes worth of information. Then cut them now about 10 different pieces. Then talk to each side and then done. And then get 300,000 views. I say, right, me ever start to do that. Can I talk Jamaica football for about 4 hours? I mean, I get no views. Me ever start to do that. Me not coach. Me ever start to do that. Can we can't talk politics for about 30, 20 minutes, 15 minutes by taking one video. Take out about 30 seconds each. Say, you know, fisherman say A, me say B. And we done after about 10 minutes. I'm going to get 300,000 views. We can't do that too.
Well, you don't do some video about Trump and you will get views.
You know what? When I first went on Balance View, me on the channel, we do a video about Trump, you know. The first video about Trump, me about 10 subscribers, me get about 4,000 views. But boy, me I tell you, we get some venom out of the views. We do 2 views, me get venom pan. We do one about Brogard. We do one about Brogard. We say about the Integrity Commission, pan Brogard. Me get about 4,000 views pan that. That me have about 10, 15 people on my channel now. And we do one pan Trump, and me get come out and me get about 4,000. But me tell you, the vitriol me get in this comment section. Me say, Latin, do I really want this star? No, me not scared. Cause me know me stay. Me come back hard. Cause me not afraid. I me go back hard to some of them too. If you come to me hard, me can ignore them. Cause me know some people just say, me do my video, I make my money. Me not care what them want say. Me not stay so star. If you come hard, me come back hard. So I will leave that alone. But no, me do more them video there because me like them video there still. Me like them video there. Me like for just fisherman say A, say no like say local place and me say about foreign place and me get me 10-minute video and make about my business. Everybody tell me who me to work with. Why do you do that? I thought you retired. Why you just leave that alone? That's dangerous. I mean, I said, well, some people like danger. People like danger. But Simpson man, thanks for the cast. I mean, I appreciate it. I'll close out. Appreciate the cast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Bless you. Have a good night. All right. All right, people. We'll close out the program. As you see tonight, I dropped some information. That's first. I hope it reaches the intended target because we spend time thinking through it. So for the information is received, it's assessed. If they can pull sense of the nonsense, they can pull some information out of it. I do believe making the World Cup is going to be a ridiculously difficult task to do. It's hard to recover from the disappointment. It's almost like Liverpool. And some situation they have in mourning from they're still mourning Jata, and it cascades into something else. I think when you have lost something you think you have won, you thought you have won, even though we may not have deserved it, given how we played, it's hard to recover from. But I do believe once there is life, there is hope. I can't say believe me, I said that. And if there is hope, then you got to make sure you take that hope, you bottle it, you leverage it, you execute against it, and hopefully it materializes in something productive and something good. So even though I'm not happy with the direction of travel, I am hoping that we can make some decisions that will allow us to be successful going forward. If we don't make the World Cup, I was going to say it's not the end of the world, but it's the end of the football in the sense. But let's give it the best effort possible and see what it works out. All right. I do think the administration is failing us and changes need to be made. But as they tell us, it's a private organization, we can't make the change, but we love the football. So let's hope we can be successful. All right. There's a petition going around. I don't know if you guys see it. So it's been circulated. And there are people out there who are very averse to the situation. So we'll see what materializes out of it. But thanks for being here. Before you go, people, we're not cheap in a star. At Thanksgiving, you know, I don't even hit the like button for Thanksgiving. You know, so someone out there at Jamaica, but most of the people who watch my program in the US, they're not Jamaica. Because my people at Jamaica don't like me. And I can understand why they don't like me. And that's how it go. Quite a few people in Jamaica watch my program, by the way, but a lot of people in the US watch my program. When I cut the numbers, more than Jamaica. And it's Thanksgiving, people. Give thanks and hit the like button. All right? Thanks for being here. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with you and your family. My family has been shopping for the last week to buy up Thanksgiving stuff, even though we not eat meat, but them all eat for them meat. My niece says she's doing the cooking because I don't know how to cook. So I'm looking forward to being fed really well tomorrow, but I'm gonna eat poorly tomorrow because then I recover on Friday. You do the same. Enjoy yourself. Then walk it off, run it off, work out and get it off of you. But be good. Give thanks for what you have. Appreciate what you have. Appreciate each other. And let's see if we can, subsequent to Thanksgiving, be a better people and a better place going forward. And also, I'll say this actually. The collective, to me, is always going to be better than the individual. So we got to think, operate, and try to always be humane and help each other. And it's very frustrating to me when I see people being so averse to each other, so divided. It's just not a good thing. So let's try to help each other. Let's do the right thing and enjoy your night, because it's also after 11, and enjoy the rest of the week. All right? Peace out. Appreciate you. Bye for now. Kranky life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk, and it's free, yo. Kranky life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Kranky life, tell them. Kranky life, heed them. Kranky life, want them. Kranky life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Kranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Kranky life, tell them. Kranky life, heed them. Kranky life, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Kranky life, get to know the name because Kranky analysis is never lame. Kranky life, give me my Kranky life. I want my Kranky life. Must have my Kranky life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Kranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat, and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Kranky life. Tell them, Kranky life. Heed them, Kranky life. Want them, Kranky life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Kranky Live. Tune into Kranky Live. Like up Kranky Live. Subscribe to Kranky Live. Kranky Live coming to you on weekdays. Kranky Live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Kranky will always bring the heat. Kranky Live. Me say fi tell them Kranky life. Me say fi heed them Kranky life. On them Kranky life. Kranky life will be around. Kranky life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Kranky. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed. Want. Heed. Want. Heed them.